As you are my #1 offender of immediately dropping a swear the moment I decide to go live after explicitly saying I'm going live. Nobody swear.
I would argue I rarely get Omega demonetized because most of the crazy shit I say is like 2 hours into the stream.
Yes. And that's okay. You can say shit, even though it's only been like 15 seconds. YouTube's okay with that. Anyway, I think we're fail portraying. I want to tweet this. Tweet Twitter.
Yo, is that me and Robin on screen right now?
Those are your avatars, yes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's not the button I want to do. I want to do that.
I will say I appreciate the dumb face you can see
they have a
top
lot of
middle
dumb faces.
left.
They're great. So this is our Valentine's Day belated special, kind of. I'm gonna hope that YouTube will let me get away with the title Booby Game, because that's the name of a card. Get ready. By the way, we're doing live twin / evil twin to start as our meat, and possibly our potatoes. Mostly because these gremlins want to hear me say funny card names on stream.
Can we have the Scott Pilgrim face at the right below?
Why is this just Scott Pilgrim?
My brain has blanked on which one is which.
You're talking about Pizza Kill.
Yeah.
The Scott the Pilgrim like the dumb grin under his foot as our little corner header for the rest of this.
Yeah, I can clip that out for the corner and put it in chat's corner.
Oh wait, sorry.
That's okay. We've been going for like a minute. It's all right.
Gotcha.
After 30 seconds, and even then, YouTube is a little sketchy these days, like about what actually matters.
Look, a friend of mine got their video banned because they put a joke in the thumbnail, and they shouldn't have done that. Yeah,
you do gotta thumbnails. You gotta be careful about. Titles you sometimes have to be careful about, but I don't know. Booby might be funny enough.
Booby.
God, if YouTube gets uppity about Booby, that's just like...
Especially because it's Booby as in a Booby prize, YouTube. If this is actually manually reviewed, it's about a Booby prize.
That's like getting mad about, like, Wiener.
Talking about sausages.
Yo, we're getting some dirty water dogs.
Okay, I finished my coffee / hot chocolate, so I can commence the process of actually doing this.
So something I found out interesting last night at work is Dark Side Dimensions is on Amazon Video. It only has the English translation. It only has the dub, but for some reason Amazon Prime has this thing where you can look at all the voice actors for characters, and the voice actors are all the Japanese voice actors of the characters and the Japanese name.
That's pretty funny.
But there is no way to play the Japanese audio track.
That's a great face you've cut out there, Omega.
Yeah, hey, Vesper requested it. There it is. I've cut the face. Put it into corner.
That's really good.
It's good.
So, this is going to be interesting because I can be reasonably certain that Live Twin / Evil Twin are not done. Especially because they released a couple of the cards which are basically them in costumes. But it was a funny joke for what we're doing right away, and so I figured it would be good to bring out.
I mean, there's also like new heroes and stuff, so like we gotta do like the whole...
That's right, they did release a new Neos, and they announced a new hero and stuff. Yes, okay.
With the hero cards, just every hero.
That's great. Yeah, that's the thing we gotta do. So, to recap this archetype briefly, this came out in one of the deck build packs, Genesis Impact. So, I would say, I think it's fair. It's not very explicitly that it's like a VTuber archetype, but it did like get announced right around the time the VTuber thing started to roll over into the States, I think.
The base concept are they're pseudo idol VTuber kind of thing, characters.
They are clearly some kind of like internet content creators because their base forms that you could see on that manual are Cybers monsters. They have a card called like Live Twin Channel, Secret Password, etc. And then they're also Phantom Thieves.
One of the cards that was the impetus of the joke is called Easy Game or something else that we'll get to later. But it's a Japanese nomenclature that's used in video gaming of like it's the GG Easy of Japan.
So this is our first one. This is Live Twin Kisikil or Kisikil. There's a hyphen in her name.
Is that her actual card art?
Yeah.
No, her card art is just this.
I'll say this: I've never seen these cards up close. I've only seen them in Master Duel and EDO Pro before slowly dying.
Yeah, so this is the Cybers ones, or the small ones, Live Twin.
Yep.
So, yeah, the card art is just the blow up of the thing we had already, though it's slightly centered so you can't see the gremlin face directly, but it's there.
Yeah.
I think I've actually
Direct
seen.
name to
There,
the
it's
gremlin.
mocking.
It reminds
it's
me
there,
of-
It's mocking you.
It reminds me of like panty stocking garter belt. art
That
style.
also seems like a very heavy
I
influence.
have
on
also
art
definitely
style.
seen
intentional.
VTubers with this art as aesthetic.
Well,
for
it's
for
definitely
theirs.
intentional because of the Link monsters that have way more detailed
Yeah.
art.
I
Yeah,
could
like,
definitely see
There's a
the-
lot of layered reference to this.
It's very Gynax.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
like it has numerous inspirations for design and theme and stuff, but the base inspiration are VTubers who at night are like phantom thieves or some.
Yeah, and I want to throw this out there. So we're not pronouncing it, but Live Twin is Live Star Twin. That's in English. That is printed on the card, like in all letters. And then Evil Twins have a Unicode Black Star, not a Unicode White Star. Ooh, so evil. So
Well,
seriously.
unlike so many other like symbols that have a pronunciation, they're just called Live Twin even in Japan.
no, the
that
pronunciation
star
is
is not
always
pronounced
Live
in
Twin.
any shape or form.
You
It's
look them
just
up by putting live space twin into
Yeah,
into.
but the
Master
way you
Duel.
actually like the way it's written that you pronounce it is Raibutsuinzu Kisikiru. So yeah, they don't put any emphasis on the star in the actual pronunciations there. So this is a light cyberse monster, 500 attack, 0 defense. Each time an opponent's monster declares an attack, you gain 500 life points. If this card is normal special summoned and you control no other monsters, you can special summon one Lilla monster from your hand or deck. You can only use this effect of Live Twin Kiss a Kill once per turn. So you see the main gist of their archetype right there. You have one, you have no other monsters, you summon it, you get the other twin. So they will constantly reference each other. Kiss a Kill will reference Lilla, which is the other twin, will reference Kiss a Kill, etc. They went really whole hog on the twins thing.
And going back to an earlier conversation, they're kind of an example of why summoning from the deck is not always inherently broken.
Yeah, no, because you can only fetch, the other one. Who I will pull them up side by side. I will have to rotate a little, but
Yeah, I mean, like you've already seen both their art for the start, but just for
Yeah.
the sake of.
so we'll just pull them up both up together. And so this is Lilla. You can tell
Am I
you've got,
crazy
the
that this-
blue one is low down, and then the pink one is up
Does
high.
this one look like Gura to anyone else, but just like
Also,
on
wasn't this
fucking,
released
Lin?
before Gura
It
premiered?
was.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I'm pretty sure.
It,
Just
it
like
does have
Gura
the
took a bunch
Gudaka
of
face
Ritalin.
in the bottom,
Pretty
though.
sure.
It's definitely just a
Good
coincidence.
there.
A VTuber.
Gargura, the VTuber.
Okay.
We're gonna make a lot of VTuber references, everybody. Hold on to your
Okay.
butts.
Ooh,
I
Zed,
may
you're
have gotten
wrong.
But
into
also,
VTubers
we just play-
slightly.
Like Robin said, we just passed over that Godako face in the background there.
Yeah. Yo, Rio face.
I'm sure that's also intentional.
Wait a second. Does that shark puppet look like it's got feet? It's a shark puppy.
It's
It
a
does
land
have a
shark.
foot. Yeah, that's got a paw.
Yeah, it's a land shark.
So once again, talking about your panty stocking parallels, Lilla is dark. And she's a level 2 Cybers, all the same stats. Your opponent must pay 500 life points to declare an attack. And then if this card is normal or special, you control another monsters, get Kiss a
You
Kill.
must pay
Huh.
for membership.
That's a toll on legs.
Yeah, no. People. It's been a long time since I made this joke, but I made this joke when their cards were first premiered. This is an archetype that forces your opponent to simp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your opponent has to pay 500 LP to declare an attack, and if you have the other twin, which you do because you've normaled the other one, you gain 500. So they basically gift you 500 life points to declare an attack. It's very funny. So
It
I
means
will.
that, like 5 life points is like $5 or something.
Yeah, basically. Now, before we do their evil twin forms, their link forms, I'm going to. They have done a couple of, like I said, little costumes for them as side set cards that are just little tech options. So I will
Yeah, it's
pull them up.
they're like various costumes. They also did different typing to play in on their theming. Like,
Yeah.
are we gonna?
Yeah, I've
discuss
pulled
it
up
also?
Live Twin Kiss a Kill Frost first, And I will go
Yeah,
ahead and pull
so,
up part
Live
of,
Twin Frost is a light aqua because snow.
and
It's Lila Treat, I believe.
yeah, there it is. Let's read. Yes, I already pulled it up. Who is a Zombo?
Who is a dark zombie, which, you know, it's probably like it makes them I believe Treat is the reason that Live Twin Eldritch is a thing because she's a zombie monster.
Is there a blow up of her card art? It looks like no. Wait, check. I don't know why there's a blow up of Frost and not Treat because I think Treat came out earlier.
Obviously, this means that people sim for Kiss to Kill harder than Lola.
Possible.
True.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll just.
Also, it means that Frost is probably a better card.
I just appreciate
Well, that's a
in
big
the bottom
card art.
left the tiny stickman. Oh,
Hold on.
snowman.
Let's
Yeah.
do some
It's good.
editing.
Tiny noodle arms.
I kind of appreciate like there's also like a slightly different aesthetic to them.
Well, yeah, it's playing up the idea of different costumes that a lot of YouTubers
Yeah.
I
get.
mean, like different
they've-
art, slightly different art style.
They've got a little bit of a splash here.
Yeah.
So
Hey, that shark has paws. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck Puppy.
yeah, he has no back legs,
I
but
like
he
a
do have
hush
front
puppy.
legs. So yeah, you've got Treat, which is obviously a Halloween costume. Frost, which is kind of Christmassy. You can see a little Santa hat and stuff in the background. So they have different costumes and they do different things, and it's adorable.
Like we're not gonna talk a lot about their art because there's nothing bad to say about their art. Like they all the Live Twins, Evil Twins have very good art.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a
not
couple
one
of details to mention. Like I've noticed that you can see Kiss the Kill's tail, for instance, in this shot. She's got a little tail or a thing going on there. Also, you notice that Lila Treat has like multicolored hair, so she has like her sister's hair shade, for instance, and some other stuff in there.
Yeah, like it's under her hair color and like shifts to an in between, then goes to the
Yeah.
pink.
So
One
they,
of the
they do
little,
some funny stuff.
Hair ornaments looks like Mr. Bump.
Yeah.
Is the wolf.
So, and like
covered
we
in
said, these guys
bandages,
have
but it's
different
blue.
types, play into the costume effect. Frost is a Aqua Light, like we said, with the same stats. If you control a Lila monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Frost once per turn this way. If a card's was added from the main deck to your opponent's hand by a card effect, except during the damage step, while you control an Evil Twin monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, draw one card. You can only use one effective Live Twin Kiss Kill Frost per turn.
I mean,
I just realized
Yeah.
with her
That-
jacket, the thing that's the little strings to make the hood tighter. It's the fucking snowman arms.
Yeah.
Oh
they're
yeah,
adorable.
damn,
it's
that's
very
adorable.
cute. It's a very nice little touch.
Yeah, they got lots of adorable stuff here.
This card, Frost, is one of the reasons why Live Twin is a competitive deck now. That actually can do things on its own.
If you put him in the graveyard, that means you can do things. Oh, hey, you're gonna do something? Draw.
Mistake.
Well,
You can draw more cards, and
like,
she
the main-
extends if you get ashed.
I don't. Did we mention this? This is the link climbing deck.
No, because we haven't talked about their
Yeah.
Evil
So
Twin forms yet, but
like
yeah.
you may be wondering how you get this in the grave. You get them in the grave because Live Twin Evil Twin is a it's a cyber sling climbing deck.
Yes,
It is
actually I think it's kind of funny how their cybers, their virtual selves are in your main deck, and then their quote unquote real life selves are in your extra deck. It's kind of funny, though. The boss monster is main deck as well. Well, one of the boss monsters. We did a whole thing, but yeah, we'll get into that. So Treat's effect
And-
is
and
go ahead.
And to play with the typing even more, all of the extra deck ones are fiends
Yeah.
to play up in there. They're like real
Criminals.
cells.
The evil
Like
twins are
they're
fiends,
they're
demons,
demons or something.
yeah. So Treat's effect is basically the same special summon condition. If you control a Kiss a Kill, you can special summon. And then when either player takes damage from a battle involving an Evil Twin monster, banish this card, target one face-up monster you control, it loses attack equal that battle damage. So as you can see, Treat is not as good as Frost, though you will be... The way that pure Live Twin / Evil Twin wins is you do make a big bungus, but you need to also do some other steps. That's why Live Twin was only an engine until we got Trouble Sunny.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Lila Treat was not good, but I think you played 3 of it in a lot of Twin Lich packages just because it was more zombies to feed Eldritch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think
Plus you can do Mizuki nonsense to turbo out treat from your deck, so you can do more shenanigans with combos.
Yeah, I think I saw some Twin Lich builds running Zombie World Unizombie Solitaire for that.
Yeah.
All right, let's hope I can find card art of the ladies. Got it. Okay.
Like it's interesting because like, a lot of times you want your archetypes to be monotyping, but the various typing actually allows them to be an engine of sorts because
and some
they don't really have that many cards to them, and even now still
some archetypes will actually like make good use of that. Okay, so that is Kiss a Kill.
Evil Twin always feels like it's like one card off from being a great archetype.
I think so because like they definitely do a lot of interesting stuff. It's just like they're missing that master plan.
I cannot find a version of Lila for some reason that has her background. Her background is exactly the same. Whoa, fuck, that's really huge. Hold on.
They're missing their version of
Jesus Christ. Deviant Art, why did you need... Oh, I see why you needed a transparent of this that's so huge, but I will reduce this down.
They're basically missing an Arrival Cyber style payoff.
Or I don't know why my brain is blanked on the Spiral Link that broke them.
Oh, Double Helix.
Double Helix, yeah. Like they need like Sony is like their Double Helix, but it's not. It does not break the entire archetype to make it good. It makes it better, but it does not.
They still need a little bit. I think they will get it because they're very cute and they're decent. But so because they've slowly been adding support, but it's one of those. Yeah. I've noticed this with deck build packs, right? Like one archetype is almost always like meta viable right out the gate. For instance, in Genesis Impact, Drytron. That was the Drytron box. Yep. Whereas Magistus and Live Twin were like, okay, these are engines. They do stuff, but they're not viable on their own yet. And both of them have gotten a little bit of support. I think Live Twin's got more support than Magistus has, though Magistus has gotten some post-release support.
I kind of find it interesting that like just to bring up the art.
Yeah.
I think it's Kisa. I don't have their names down, but like Kisa.
Cyan is Kill.
Kill. She's not that different from her VTuber self, but the other one kind of is almost drastically different. Weirdly enough.
I don't think that much. Like she's still kind of Lila's still like very almost EGL, like very gothic. But you can see they both have little tails.
Lila's just depressed, if anything.
Yeah,
and like the other thing is like
they're like doing the red oni blue oni thing.
Yeah,
their VTuber personas still play into like their real selves in a way, which is a running theme with a lot of that kind of deal. But as you can probably tell with Kiss a Kill, it's more exaggerated with her VTuber, where like she's still like the Genki girl archetype, but she is more just.
She's flashy.
Like
she's wearing a huge hat.
Yeah.
But they both have, colored sunglasses. But, one of them's got, a smug shit-eating grin. And the other one is just like, hello, I'm here. Like, it would literally be like panty and stocking, right? If these characters had voice actresses, one of them would be like a mile a minute Genki girl way up here. And the other one would just be like, hello, I'm way down here. I don't have any emotions.
And then one of them would turn evil explicitly at the last minute and never get explained.
Well, that's why I said one of them is dark, one of them is light.
Garter belt. What?
Also, yes, like we said, very Gainax.
Well, and we're gonna see that again even more when we get to their rival. But yeah, so this is their link forms. So let me discuss what those do for you. So, they're both Link 2s. One of them is a light fiend. One of them is a dark fiend. They both have 1100 attack. So not very big Link 2s, and they require 2 monsters, and for both of them, one must be a Kiss a Kill or a Lila for the appropriate one, and then they have extra effects. So Kiss a Kill's effect is if this card is special summoned and you control a Lila. By the way, that's not Link summoned, that's special summoned. But if you control a Lila monster, draw 1 card. During the main phase, if you do not control a Lila monster, quick effect, you can special summon 1 Lila monster from your graveyard. And also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for this turn, rest of this turn, except Fiend monsters. This, by the way, is why...
It's not a lockout at all because... Well, like if you're playing Pure Twin, it's not a lockout because all your extra decks are Fiends.
Also, as I was going to say, the other reason that's, like, not a big deal was there's a reason why a lot of people who were trying to make Evil Twin / Live Twin work was Evil Twin Unchained, because those are all Fiends as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and honestly, like, it's one of those locks that
As long as you're not like
Yeah.
double or triple locking yourself, you can play around with that.
I know
And you can
someone-
only use each effect of this once per turn, but yeah, so if you special Kiss a Kill while you have a Lilla, you draw a card. And what
Yeah.
Lilla does is, because she's basically the same except replace Lilla's with Kiss a Kill, and her effect is, if you control a Kiss a Kill monster, target one card on the field, destroy it. So Lilla is a pop, Kiss a Kill is a draw. Usually the way you do this is if it's turn 1, you're going first, you draw the extra card. If you're going second, you usually do the summoning order to do the pop. Because the way links work, you can make one, and then you have no monsters on board, but you special summon back one of the regular ones, the other sister, and then you link again, and then you special summon the first one back. And then you can make a link 4. It's a very easy combo that just flows together very well.
And we'll see it even more once are we going to discuss Trouble Summoning next?
No, let's talk about the actual together
I had
card,
a thing-
even
I
though
wanted to
like,
think of it
art-wise
where
that'll
it's
be very brief.
So because they're a link finder, shouldn't they have like a link 3 that's a 2 together?
No, go to link 4.
No, because
we
they
get
did do
we get a link 4. We get a link 4 because they're both link 2, so 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah, there's
I
that, but also, no, the 2 together is a different card. This was the first run of the
I
boss
forgot
monster
about
of the
that
deck.
Yeah.
That's why I was segueing.
So,
We forgot about it because
this
it was
is Evil
bad.
Twins Kiss a Kill. I mean, I don't think it's bad. The problem is just that Konami
They're
really
posing
needs to
for the
stop doing
camera.
this with boss monsters. Is if you make just a big bungus, you either need an in-archetype card that protects you, or the monster needs some kind of protection. Like, even if it's protection for a cost, you need to protect your monsters. I've been playing Red Eyes way too long to be like, oh yeah, hey, none of my monsters are like Blue Eyes or Dark Magician, and tell your opponent not to just blow them the fuck up.
So I definitely feel like Omega said, I don't think this is a bad card. It's more like Omega said, it does not have there's a built-in protection for it, so it can just easily get bungled over.
But so let's
bungled
describe
over.
this.
It
This is
doesn't- it doesn't
Evil
have
Twins, Kiss a
everything
Kill,
it
and
needs.
Lilla. This is clearly the 2 of them together having adventures. You can see Kiss a Kill's hat is back, so she's got horns. You know, they're stealing gems.
They're looking very gay, even though they're probably sisters.
They're twins. But you know,
Oh,
it's,
Japan.
yeah. You get to see
Japan.
lots of stockings, lots of leg, pun intended. So this
It's
is
like
a
the
level
Spotlight
8
Zone
Dark
monster.
Fiend. It is a main deck monster. It's just a fiend, an effect monster. Level 8, 2200 defense and attack. So you might think, oh, level 8, that's a little small. Okay, so here's how this works. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by tributing 2 link monsters. So you can special this from your hand or graveyard anytime by tributing any 2 links. So it's fairly generic. If this card is special summoned, you can activate this effect. If your opponent controls 3 or more cards, they must send cards to the graveyard so they control 2 cards. So it's a tiny baby evenly matched. But it is a send, so there aren't a lot of cards that can dodge that.
Yes.
You can only use this effect of Evil Twins, Kiss a Kill, and Lilla once per turn. While you have a Kiss a Kill monster in your graveyard and you have a Lilla monster in your graveyard, this card gains 2200 attack and defense. So if you play pure Evil Twin, this is your quote-unquote boss monster, which, by the way, the fact that it's a fiend that's level 8 and can't be normal summoned or set means it benefits from some Dark Necrofear support, funnily enough. So this card is, like, ludicrously easy to search.
For the sake of referencing stats, since I don't think we mentioned the Evil Twins.
Yeah.
The Evil Twins are both 1100.
Yes, I did
so
mention that. But
Physical Lilla having 22 both ways.
Yes.
Getting double 2200 is basically just them. It's
Working
the
together.
teamwork bullshit.
But yeah, so you have a relatively easy to recur monster because your whole deck does this graveyard recursion thing, right? Like it just fetches the other twin and does it all over. But it has no protection, so it's just it cleans up your opponent's board and it becomes a very big bungus. But unfortunately, I think the problem for this is that, especially with the way the spells and trap works, and I think we might do that after we do monsters because we're about to do.
I want to talk about
what's
what's happening in this art aesthetically, but we'll finish it.
I mean, they're jumping over some buildings. We'll
Yeah.
we'll
Like,
see
no, like-
spell traps and stuff.
I would say the
feel
most
like
abusable
there's a little
part
bit too much happening in this art.
I would say the most abusable part of this card is that it's just link monsters, not Evil Twin link monsters.
So you can use other generic tech. But what I was going to say was, I think the problem was that with a lot of the spells and traps, they seem like a control deck, but the way they were released anyway, their end state is a very aggro monster, right? Like, you have to be able to do battle phases. Like, ideally, if you could do the whole loop and stick 2 of these on the board, and if that's an open board, OTK, right? That's 44 both ways. So, but they weren't really set up to do that when they came out. So that's why you saw them a lot as an engine.
I'm not gonna lie. Aesthetically, I really don't like this card, and I can't.
I think Marth had it. It's a little busy because you have the background, you have like all the extra searchlights. You've got both girls who are very, very shiny.
You know what it looks like? These look like bad NJPW costumes. These look like rejected NJPW diva designs.
I mean, they're the cards from like the
Mid-
previous art. So
Okay.
Marco.
Yeah, so admittedly, this is not the
Okay.
Okay, cut out.
Marth exploded.
most.
Still exploding.
Yeah.
I like, by the way, that my
Marth
autocomplete,
exploding?
while I'm getting out the next art, my autocomplete is Evil Twins, because it's Evil Twins Possessive, Trouble Sunny, Master Duel?
So I want to bring before you shift to the next art. That
Okay, what then?
they're being it's like, is it the posing or is it not? Because they're being chased by a bunch of shirt lights, and it's like, is it bouncing off like the gems or is it like aimed towards them? I don't know.
Well,
It's like a bunch of,
searchlights
like-
are looking for them, but they're flying through the sky, and there's a huge full moon behind them.
Yeah, there's
I
also like
also
a weird
hate
digital
Lila's
effect around
hat.
it.
That's a personal opinion, Dallas.
I like it.
Yeah.
You don't
Marth,
like
do
the
you-
hat? You're
It has
crazy.
that thing on the top of it.
Well, Dallas?
Okay,
Is
so I don't think this is the busiest card artwork that we've seen so far.
That's probably true.
Or,
I was just wondering if you
one
would
of
repeat the
yours.
point because you exploded.
actually, no, wait. Ghost Trade probably has one of the cards that's busiest.
But that's probably because some of the fields will have like actually 20 monsters on it.
Well, or their Link Monster Festival.
I've
Yeah.
never.
Festival is too much.
I need
The
to look
Link
at
Monster Festival should have been a spell card.
why-
Comment about
why
Battle
is
Chaos so you can see me
Bowling
show it on the
Dallas's
screen a
room?
couple times. Anyway,
This is the entire
Let's
archetype.
do Lyclin.
yeah, I'm
Why
gonna.
is it the Steve's archetype on this?
So, like all good duo groups, I might shrink this down.
There's a lot of shit in this art. Holy hell.
Well, this is
Yeah.
their other boss monster. This is a Link 4.
Oh
So
my God,
this
there's
is,
an
as
army
I
of
mentioned,
boobs.
this is Evil Twins. So Evil Twin Possessive, Trouble Sunny. So yeah, this is your. I guess this would be kind of like your Scanty and Nisocks, though these girls are obviously not sisters.
Yeah, it's like, I was
Actually-
like, I don't know if Japan knows how genetics work, but they're
Like,
not.
Like,
literally
that-
the small smug one is the boss, and then the tall brown one with the
Is
white
her-
hair, because of course she does, is like her bodyguard or something.
Like,
I'm getting feels of the two girls from Splatoon 2.
oh my god.
That's definitely got those vibes. Yeah, that's
right,
probably,
the gremlin and the actual cool
especially
one,
with the color palette. This is probably a deliberate art reference. You'll also notice, by the way, Live Twins merch is fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
and
there's also
the-
like an army of Sims, I think, behind them in the
I'm
back.
pretty sure the tiny one is wearing Live Twin merch. 'Cause the glasses.
Oh
are
yeah,
there.
I legit wonder if it's like, I thought they were like, wait, are they see the same like agency or some shit kind of thing?
Well, we'll see with one of their card, Sunny Snitch. Like, they seem to be rivals, but yeah. So this is
Also, to follow up on Loth, Splatoon is real big in Japan, so it's not a coincidence.
Conversely, Omega, they might just be two people that are annoyed with Life Twitch shenanigans, because aren't they like criminals?
I mean, true. They are criminals in Evil Twin form, so we'll see.
wait,
I also
wait.
somebody in chat brought up implied Dino. By the way, that's not Dino Ruffia. That was a fake name. It's Dinomorphia. Way better. Once again, YG organization blown the fuck out.
They try.
Man, Axe
they have
just
good
Axe
ideas
just can't let
sometimes.
anybody else who's not here take criticism, except for Vesper, and Robin, and David.
And David.
Except for those
And
three
me.
people, if
And
you talk
Dallas.
shit about somebody who's not here and isn't even one singular person, Axe will be like, "No, they try. They're good. They're okay."
I mean, they fucked up, but hey.
The fuck was that voice, Omega?
Actually, I
Not
think
that
Axe is a
fucking
little
weird.
lower pitched than that. But anyway,
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like
Sorry,
a
I feel-
balls
I
got
feel like
stuck in
I
a
have to
vice
point-
I don't know if I can
I feel
do
like
a
I have to-
funny voice and like project how if I was trying to do a mocking impression of Axe, I would be like more dead inside.
I feel like I have to point
Aw.
this out, where it looks like the big darker lady looks like her what she's wearing on her ears could be used. to point
I mean, no, she has
things
some
on the map.
ludicrous, like, fucking electric triangle
What the
images.
fuck?
But no, what I was going to say was that Dinomorphia, I believe, is confirmed by card art to take place in the Security Force universe, which also means it exists in the same place as Psy-Frames and
Time Thief.
Time Thief. Now, if it would make sense if Evil Twin is also in that universe, but I don't think we've actually seen that. That would be pretty weird.
I'm gonna go down with it. I think this is finally proven that, like, I'm fine with the smaller card arts, but these bigger card arts are not my aesthetic.
I will say some of these are a little
this
like
art gives me a headache.
Remember that some of these
like
have to be
it.
like artificial blow. I mean, I like all the extra detail.
like
It's
I've
way
noticed
more
that with
tasteful than
I
cards.
don't know which one is Trouble, which one's Sunny, but
I assume Sunny is the blonde one.
maybe unless they do the dumpling or switch. But like it looks like it's tiny elf and then big dark elf if you know generic Japanese art tropes.
Also, yeah, Sunny is Trouble Sunny Small. There is wearing something on her ears, so they're very pointy. Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's also like they have the live twin glasses, so it's like she's like maybe a super fan or something.
Anyway, so this is a Link 4 Fiend Light Fiend.
The kind of rival that feels like they have to buy their rivals merch or something.
They're doing
I don't
something.
Know.
So this is a Link 4 with 3,300 attack, keeping the theme. Its materials are 2+ monsters, including an Evil Twin monster. So the easiest is just sack the 2 Link 2s.
And there's a reason you'd probably use both of them.
Yeah. So, quick effect. You can tribute this card. Special summon 1 Kiss-a-Kill monster, up to 1 Kiss-a-Kill monster, and up to 1 Lilla monster. So you can pick one from your graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send 1 Evil Twin monster from your hand, deck, or face-up field to graveyard. Send 1 card on the field to the graveyard. You can only use each effect once per turn. Hey, remember how I said that the Evil Twins, Kiss-a-Kill, and Lilla can summon itself from graveyard? Yeah.
Well, and so I believe the way Order of Operations works for rulings, even though they're both summoned at the same time, both of them summoning, since they both have at the same time, you can use both their effects.
Yeah,
when they
you are special summoning them while you control the other one because they are both being summoned at the same time.
Yeah.
So that means you get to draw and pop, and then you can immediately banish this card to put the other one in your grave, and then put it back.
The important things to know is you can chain block with it, and the tribute for cost, which means it dodges a lot of effect negation.
Yeah. So this gives you a lot of flexibility in the deck.
Yeah, like I would not say this is their boss monster, but this is their card that allows them to combo.
Yeah, this gives them a lot more flexibility. It also gives them an in-archetype way to get their quote-unquote boss monster onto the field, because you can, like I said, you can banish it to just put her in the graveyard, and you've already got the materials, the 2 links. So, like, it improves the deck's flow a lot. I don't think it's going to be like meta anytime soon, but when they put Trouble Sunny in Master Duel, I will make that deck, and I will probably clown on people in like silver and gold for fun.
It'll definitely do things, but you probably will still need an extra engine or 2 to help it run.
It's definitely better than Blue Eyes.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Dallas is always wrong, so I'm fine with this.
I mean, Robin is also always wrong, so I don't care.
So let me.
I can't add a bit because everyone just never mind.
So by that logic, no one is right.
Yes, we all suck. That is correct.
Everyone is wrong all the time.
Because none of us believe in that we should help each other. That's fine.
Everything is a lie.
Way to kill the joke, Axe. To quote one of my favorite web videos,
I hope Dallas be wrong all the time.
The jokes in camps with
it's like my second favorite thing.
Okay.
Like normal summon effect failure.
I just want to point out all the random people in the bottom part of the art who just have like a weird eye.
They look like zombies.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what the idea is. Yeah. I think somebody said earlier, are they like their simp followers? I don't remember who it was. That was
me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure that by this card art, I'm pretty sure that Kiss-a-Kill and Lila are the bad guys.
I mean, they're fiends,
they are
so yes.
evil twins.
Yeah.
They are fiends. They are evil twins. They are phantom thieves.
Okay, now I finally realized what the tribute was pointing towards. There's M Warrior 1 and M Warrior 2 in the left side.
Yeah, that's another card. I think it's Sunny Snitch where it showcases that M Warrior 1 and 2 are like the third popular YouTube channel under Sunny and
Let's pull up some spell traps. This is an interesting one.
I
This
also
is
just noticed that I think
Secret
Sunny's like
Password.
on her standing on her fucking tiptoes at the edge of the roof.
She might also just have huge heels because everybody in this has huge heels. So this is how you access Live Twins OnlyFans.
Yo, look.
Okay. So they stream their Phantom Thief nonsense. Okay.
Simp Nation.
Secret Password, which lets you search a live or evil twin spell trap. And then if you control a Kiss a Kill or Lila monster, you can add an evil twin monster from your hand instead. You can only activate one secret password per turn. It's your
Is
own.
the bit that they have like their normal channel, but then their secret channel, which is the Big Phantom Thieves, is like a separate thing?
Well, it's funny you mentioned their channel, huh?
Yo.
Whoa.
channel?
Segue.
Live Twin channel.
Yeah, which is the archetype field spell because of course it is. Is this
Every archetype needs a field spell that does 7 things.
So I don't think there's anything else to say in Secret Password other than it has the 3D glasses, which are the colors.
It looks cool. That's
Yeah.
like we've already discussed Kiss a Kill and Lila. How
So
cool.
Here is their normal webpage.
Why does this
Chat
look like
boxes.
Why does this look like a MySpace page I made in like 2004?
It looks like Nico Nico.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Ash Blossom in the middle?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Ash destroying somebody
God,
else. I don't recognize
Oh my god,
that
is
second
it?
card.
I think it's her like what other like it's at a gate off or some shit.
But there's some funny things they've got going on.
But yeah,
I do appreciate how they
needs to
just took parts from the original cards and just put them at the top left to be like, this is who they are. It's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Someone needs to get these girls a web designer because this page is awful.
I think it's based
Wait.
on Nico Nico.
I mean,
I can't remember her name. Why is
just
the
how
redhead look
I mean,
so
honestly,
derpy?
this looks like a YouTube channel layout. Like
fair,
you've got the
yeah.
icons at the top, you've got your recommended videos, you've got your uploads. They've got a little widget for like their community post to the sign. Yeah.
Yeah, Billy, yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly normal for these things. So this is their field
with
spell.
the little. Sorry, with the little chibi heads. I can't remember her name. The one with the red head. She looks really derpy. Like
Yeah.
her eyes just got
She has a little
wandering
goofy.
off.
Clearly, Lila made this webpage and made their assets.
No, there's even the chat, like it's the chat box, yeah, and the symbols. Yeah.
So this is their field spell. It's a field spell. When a monster declares an attack, you contribute 1 Kiss a Kill or 1 Lila monster. Negate that attack. By the way, that's after that you gain life points, BT dubs, because that's when they declare they do that. During the end phase, you can target 1 Kiss a Kill monster or Lila monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, or if you control no monsters, add it to your hand instead. You can only use each effective Live Twin channel once per turn. So this is protects you from your little tiny baby Cyberse children getting run over after your opponent has to simp, and then also it recycles from your graveyard because that's how this deck works.
I would love to see this in an anime just to see what the fuck.
In a slower metagame, I think Live Twin would be great.
Yes, and props to chat. I believe the other lady in the Ash Blossom picture is Ghost Ogre.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, yeah.
I couldn't realize who it was off the top of my head, but I knew it was one of those ghost hand traps.
Well, I knew it wasn't Belle or Cherries.
Yeah.
All right.
Because one has pink hair and one is dead.
Ghost Ogre about to be banned in our format, maybe. Who knows?
Nah.
He's got more than one.
Considering I have 0 Ghost Ogre, I'm fully willing to pull that trigger.
People haven't. I will not like it if I get Ghost Ogre.
I have been Ghost Ogred in test games and have not enjoyed it. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think the thing is, no one used it efficiently last time, so I don't.
Simply just play talent, guys.
Oh, Marv is correct, saying it in the stream chat. Chibi version of Orca Mega Fortress of Darkness, and there's a fucking circle around his tail. Like, look at this shit.
This is Live Twin Sunny's Snitch. So you can tell they're rivals because Sunny is one doing her oh ho ho face. But also clearly this is the top video on the channel, which is she's doing an expose from Booby Game or Booby Game.
She's doing a call out post type something.
Oh yeah, she's doing like a diss track. Yeah.
But Mark mentioned
her
the M
VTuber
Warriors.
model
You can see
is-
that.
It's so
Yeah, her VTube model looks like she's got really, really long legs and huge tits.
It always feels like it's actually it actually feels like she does the voice and she has trouble doing the model.
Possibly. But yeah, so this is so you can see kind of the relationship we got here. Sunny Snitch is a very important card. This is a continuous spell. When this card is activated, add a Live Twin monster from your deck to your hand. Thank God.
Yo, that-
While you
that-
control an evil twin monster, each
Sure.
time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you gain 200 LP, and if you do, inflict 200 damage to your opponent. So we're playing Trick Stars out here.
He's got like
You
less.
can only
he's got,
activate
like, a
one
smaller
Live
rate.
Twin Sunny Snitch per turn.
I think
that's
I
why she's
figured
better.
out
Her
one of the
membership
big
rate's
problems-
cheaper.
I think I figured out one of the big problems with this archetype.
What?
They can't really decide what they want to be.
I mean, they are the Live Twin cards are, like I said, they're like simping. They're like a burn and life point
I think
build-up.
it's the. I think it's the weird
that-
thing of their.
Go ahead, X.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes does this, where I think they try to do mechanics to show a narrative, somewhat.
I mean, they do that, but no. What I think it is I believe the idea is Live Twin cards are control cards and stall cards, so you live long enough to do the big steal. You slowly build up your fan base, and then you plan the big job, and then hello, the evil twins are here. We're gonna steal your life points. Blam.
Well,
you're
and
dead.
yeah, like the other thing is that, like they have a main deck evil twin that is just an aggro boss monster that doesn't work in the archetype, but you kind of have to run it because it's your big OTK.
Yeah, they don't have a win con otherwise. It's Trick Stars, but there's no reincarnation droll move.
I have a
And
Yu-Gi-Oh!
also,
deck that-
their link 4 is not as arguably spicy as Belladonna. Belladonna is.
I have
Belladonna has protection. It's
So I
really
have
easy
a-
to get out
I
protection.
have a dumb
but-
question, but who are the M Warriors? Not Magnet, right? It's something else.
No.
Warriors are
those
ancient
are old-
vanillas.
Yeah, they're old
Okay.
school
They're
vanillas.
ancient vanilla. Like the problem I see with Live Twin is just not that they're bad at archetype, but they're just missing they're missing a goal that is viable.
They
You
need a
need
better
some
end
kind
state.
of good trap, because right now their interaction, their big play on their opponent's turn is pop one and draw one card, and that's not
Yeah,
really
like
going to do it against many things.
Their biggest interaction is summoning on your turn, summon Kiss to Kill Lila, and like I guess you'd play a lot of hand traps in this deck to keep with the control aspect, but
Yeah, and you
to
don't.
give
I
an
mean,
example-
I will say that is another thing. As a archetype, Live Twin itself is very lean on monsters. You have a couple variations of the two sisters, and you have your boss monster of the evil twins. But now, normally, I run cyber support cards like Gachiri Adagnister and like backup secretary and shit, Lady Debug, right? But
and just to use
could
to
just
use an
slam
example,
jam.
like I think the problem is for a deck that is fairly easily interruptible because it's a link climb deck.
Yeah.
The payoff just isn't there because, like, to give an example of one you just mentioned, Adagnister plays very similarly.
Yes, but you guys have a
but the
very
payoff
scary boss
is,
monster. Yeah.
The payoff is I have a 6,000 attack monster that is unaffected by anything.
Now, I will
Do
say,
you
I
have-
think there is also the OCG TCG difference to consider because I think Live Twin's primary thing is they're good in slower formats, like you said earlier, Dallas, because they're really, really good at graveyard recursion. They do not fear the graveyard. Their field spell and the way Evil Twins, Kiss a Kill, and Lila works, like, that can special summon itself from the graveyard. Ideally, you want it in the graveyard so you can special summon it easily.
They do not fear being canceled.
But if you... That was good, by the way. I'm not interrupting myself in my thought. But if you... The problem is that the way modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Works is if your opponent just, lightning storms your boss monster and then does their whole turn, you probably lost the game. Like, if you're playing high-level competitive. At locals, it's probably not that bad. Anyway, by the way, this is Live Twin Home. This is your home page. They want you to click subscribe. Click the subscribe button right now.
Is it actually
The
home?
money.
Because the Edo Pro, it says entrance, but is it home?
Yes, it is home. That is the actual localized version. Entrance was the
I
first
just wanted
one.
to make sure.
Yeah. This is a quick play spell. Discard one card, special summon a Kiss a Kill or Lua monster from your deck. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Evil Twin monsters. Only activate one Live Twin Home per turn. So,
Does this imply
before
that their
Sunny
content is
Snitch...
age gated? If you need a login page to get to their site?
I mean, they do have a secret password. I don't know.
But
Or this could be they're asking for your... They could be asking for your credit card information.
This might be a phishing one, actually.
Yeah, I'm going with the theory that the Live Twins are like villains.
Well, so let's actually look at some of their the Evil Twin trap cards as well. Let me see if I can get a whole bunch of them at once.
We didn't discuss it real quick, but their spells are Live Twin, but the traps are Evil Twin as well.
I was about to ask
it's
that.
a
What is
parallel
that? Yeah.
for the archetype.
So, so this isn't technically a. This is the name of the joke. In the TCG, they translate it as Boo Boo game, which doesn't mean anything because I guess they wanted to avoid the booby jokes, but in Japanese, this is, I think, is it literally booby game? Hold on. Yes,
As in like a
booby
booby
game.
trap. Yeah. As in like a dupe.
Yeah.
Or like,
Now,
or the-
this,
yeah.
I will say this is not an in-archetype card, so it's not searchable, but it's also totally an Evil Twin card. This is the card you saw, this is the art you guys saw in Sunny Snitch, so clearly, like, this is Sunny's shenanigans. She has shenanigans to the girls.
She struck first before they got there.
Yes. I think this is the most emotion I've ever seen Lila show, and you can see the difference between the two sisters. Like, Kiss a Kill is, like, pulling her hair out and going, rah, and Lila's just like, rah.
She's upset, but Kiss the Kill is furious.
Seriously. So, this is a normal trap card, and what it does is during damage calc, if a monster battles, you take no battle damage from that battle. If this set card and its owner's control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, target up to 2 normal traps in your graveyard, except Boo-Boo Game, set them to your field. This can only they can be activated this turn. You can only use Boo-Boo Game once per turn. So basically, this plays into some of the live twin / evil twin effect of, hey, you're gonna get punched, you're gonna get booped. But also, if your opponent pops it, you get normal traps back.
But I think an actual tech choice for this deck is Abyss Actor twin, because their field spell, their field spell is while you control an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster, the first monster effect your opponent activates becomes destroy a set spell trap card the opponent controls.
Yeah, this is a good tech card in several decks, and it's not archetype locked. It's just obviously part of the narrative. So I'm gonna pull up basically all the evil twin traps at once.
Oh look, it's Unplanet Heist.
And we'll talk about
that's what all the traps basically are. It's the separate sagas of the plan.
I enjoy that they actually look like they're adults and not children.
Shout out to that angry bird back there.
Also,
the
plush animals in the
Yes,
back.
that
are
is just an
actually
angry bird.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
Shout outs
sorry,
to
Angry
the
Bird where? Oh yeah, I
skin
forget
tight suits.
just under the diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gem heists. Yeah.
They like gems.
They got a dartboard. They got a bunch of like neon stickers. I think they have even some like suction cup guns.
They have a cute teddy bear.
They also, you can notice, have like, you can see they're wearing bodysuits under the thing.
But
like, so it's they've got an elaborate costume system going on. I don't need that.
So like the wings and the furs are actually probably just literally just their second kind of show. I guess
every other image like fucking huge.
Yo,
because we gotta see that in close up. Them thighs.
Oh, that art actually hurts my eyes. What is the lens flare on that art?
Dallas has weak baby eyes, I've learned.
Dallas has like tiny baby.
has obviously
I do in fact have like 240 vision. You are correct.
Yo,
My eyes are actually awful.
Dallas can actually see the moon.
So what I'm hearing is Dallas is an ancient biblical angel.
Be not afraid.
No,
I have
what I'm
good
hearing
ears
is
and
Dallas
nothing
should be
else.
able to shoot laser eyes.
Sweet.
So
Speaking of emotion, look at Lila actually being happy.
Yeah.
yeah, because they actually got the gem.
All right, how huge is this one? No, it's not.
The escapade.
All right, so I believe this is all 3 traps. So let me see if we can arrange everything. We gotta shrink it a little. Do I have enough room? Okay, I do. Quite you, Dallas. I get enough of those ads.
I mean, you don't know what I'm speaking.
You're speaking parcel tongue, clearly.
I am not. Close, but no.
Okay, so sorry to shrink them down a little bit, but I need to make everything fit in the screen. So these are the 3 traps. As like you said, you can see different stages of the thing. So we've got.
I need to talk about that bottom one. What the fuck is she
I'm not
wearing?
sure. Is that like them just like buying themselves shit? I can't. Could you
That is the
Possibly?
ugliest
I can't
shirt
tell.
I've ever seen.
I mean, that's just her shirt. It's just she's partially dressed down. So, the first one that we showed was Evil Twin Challenge. So Challenge is a normal trap card. Target 1, kiss a killer, 1 little monster graveyard, special summon it, and then you can apply the following effect. Immediately link summon 1 Evil Twin Link monster using monsters you control as material. You can only activate 1 Evil Twin Challenge per turn. So Evil Twin Challenge is then planning the heist. You make an Evil Twin appear. Boom.
Well, and so
Also
like
better utility
this
now
doesn't
that
mean
Trouble
that
City
this doesn't mean
works.
that you can are the evil twins are hard ones per turns, correct?
Yeah. They are hard
yes,
ones per
but
turn.
you can only use each effect once per turn.
So it does mean you have other options to kill Lola that aren't Trouble Sunny before this, but I honestly feel like the links being hard ones per turns is what makes them too balanced, makes them too fair.
That and the fact that technically your archetype has two kinds of extra deck locks, right? Like if you used Home, you're locked to Evil Twins. If you use one of them, you're locked to Fiends. I think it's when you do the links.
I mean, the unfortunate reason they had to do that is not because of the pop, it's because you could draw one card.
Yeah. So the middle stage is the one we all wanted me to say, Evil Twin GG Easy, because it was in Japanese, it was Evil Twinzu Easy Game. So easy game. So it was all English. It was just slang. So I actually think, like, I know some people mocked this one, but like, no, that's actually like a legitimate localization attempt. It's a meme.
Despite being a bit dated of a phrase, no, it works.
I wouldn't say it's that dated. Like, it's still used. It's more just that it has a connotation of being old.
It's also the wrong kind of community. That's like way more of a like FGC kind of term. I've never heard it in VTuber space.
I mean, I've heard it ironically out of certain VTubers' mouths, but that's a different question. So this is a continuous trap. You contribute one Kiss-a-Kill or Lilla monster, then activate one of the following effects. Target one Kiss-a-Kill or Lilla monster you control. It gains attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster until the end of this turn. So you can do the teamwork without actually needing to build your two links. And then the other is, when a card or effect is activated, it would destroy a card's on-field negate. So you have to tribute, but this gives you either a destruction negate, so you've got kind of protection, but you have to pay a monster, or you can double the attack. Honestly, what I'm noticing from this is what we really need is there's too many like limitations on how you can summon the girls. You need like one of them you need their equivalent of like Orochi the Squall or something, right? Like they need an evil twin you can always just summon. Fuck you.
Should they just make their manager?
Something like that, yeah. Or like the Simp Squad, like give them like a shitty like 0 attack 1-star monster that is just their zombie simp fans who can always be special summoned to give you more link material.
I mean, that
or
would
like
make sense,
searches something. Or...
Yeah, like their primary problem is they have a lot of tribute monster effects, but they don't have a really good way to flood the board. They flood the board with exactly 2 monsters, and then they like recur those monsters. So I think they just need. This is why, for instance, I like Gachiri Adagnister and what's the 5-star Cyberse with antlers that summons himself when you summon a Cyberse? Boot Staggered, right? One, because those guys can chain block, but also because they Boot Staggered, for instance, lets you get an extra body on board whenever you summon a Cyberse. So, and that's after you have normal summoned or special summoned the evil twin while you control no monsters. So you get to chain block your deck summon and get a third body.
I'm personally partial to MathMech add-in and subtraction, but those are also pretty good ones.
Oh, I've never tried MathMech. Those guys are kind of spicy. Oh, I could try that.
Yeah, add-in and subtraction work really well in this deck.
But like, there's the beautiful thing about Live Twin is that there's a shitload of really good generic cyber support because Konami really tried to slam jam those guys home.
Well,
actually,
also, you know, two lead characters in the anime at least may have been
Firewall
using
Dragon
decks.
Post Errata work in Live Twin? Because you can
So-
do the mats.
I mean, there are better payoffs, like...
Yeah, no. I mean, the Firewall Dragon is not what he once was.
Yeah, like
You could just
Access
make
Code
an
Talker
I
is
was
a
gonna
great one.
say, are you guys about to say like access code or something?
Well, yeah, Access Code is...
I did just say access code, yes.
Yeah, spoiler, that's the
But,
best...
I mean, access
Access is
code is generic in anything. It's not a Cyberse pay.
Well,
I guess
but I would say
Firewall
it's
generic.
better in Link decks, though.
I mean, I think Access Code works in this deck because if you haven't banished what's her face, Trouble Sunny, then you get a very big Access Code Talker. But you have to do your loop a couple times. The last one is
Also,
Evil Twin Present, by the way. Oh, go ahead.
Actually, the brand new Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid.
No, Dark Fluid works.
Well, no. The new Firewall Dragon, Neo Tempest Terahertz.
Oh, the one they just announced?
Yeah, it's
I don't know
pure
the
Cyberse, and it can be a different payoff.
Okay, that's
because
interesting and good.
So it's a 3000 beta. It's 3000 Link 5 that needs three plus Cyberse monsters. So you can't. I mean, it's weird that you can't use the Link monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. No, I don't think this would work because
No.
well, I guess you can send a Cyberse monster from your deck or extract to the graveyard. It gets that attribute. It's dark by default. It gains 2500 attack, which is permanent.
Wait.
And it can make a number of attacks on monsters up to the number of its attributes because it keeps the attributes and the attack boost when it sends monsters.
That is absolutely insane in Ignister. What do you? Okay, I need to look at this.
So that's probably
I was saying as a possible.
Yeah, no, that's a good boy. So the last one, by the way, is like I said earlier, Evil Twin present. If you control a Kiss a Killer Lilla monster, it's a normal trap. You can activate one of these effects. Target one Kiss a Killer Lilla monster, one face-up monster opponent controls. Switch them, so creature swap. Which, given that they are kind of small, is kind of funny. And the other one is target a set spell or trap your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. You can only activate one present per turn. There are a lot of hard once per turns on this card. I feel like Konami learned too much from Trickstar, and we're like, we can't be that gremlin again, can we? But I like that a lot of their cards are flexible, right? Like this can be a creature swap, or it can bounce a set spell trap. So they have options for removal, but they don't have anything like really swingy. So they're interesting. All right, but yeah, that's literally all of them. It's every single card.
Yep.
Including one that's not even
not
technically
a
a card, it
big
just has a card art.
That was like an hour or how long?
Oh, let's see how long it was. Gotta get to that.
It's just a little under an hour.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break because I drank a whole mug of coffee and hot cocoa.
Okay.
And after that, we're gonna do I mean, we can do our funny thing, but that'll probably take like 10 minutes. Do we want to pull out one of our backup archetypes?
I mean, I probably.
I say we do that.
If you wanted to do maybe one of your favorites. Although,
I mean, there was some talk of doing. We worked through like every single archetype that is a woman or has women in it.
I say we
done Dragon Maid yet?
I say we do the
While
cards
here. We can do Dragon Maid.
Yeah.
I
say we do the cards we picked out.
Yeah.
And like over the break we can figure out what we want to do next if we aren't certain. But I think we do with the cards we picked out first, and then our next thing
you guys can think about what would be acceptable for a second. I'm gonna step away. I will definitely mute myself so you won't be on stream, and I'll be right back. It's just you and me, chat. Except not now. Hello, chat. I'm back. Give me a second. I'm gonna look for a new bed image. I hope you've been jamming a Master Duel.
Zed
Okay,
Zed is suggesting Picaro and Curan.
They're
Oh,
adorable.
and what cost?
We could do the
Oh,
effect
what at
dealer
what cost?
archetype.
So Dallas, if you wanted to do like DDD, you should probably go make like a folder of images for Vega to use at a later point.
So, but the thing is, I've already. Ironic thing is that I was the one who suggested DDD on the
Yeah,
page
you
first.
said the original D.D, different dimension, and then we're like, but also
Said both.
D/D and DDD, yeah.
Well, the thing about DDD, at least, is a lot of the extra deck monsters are literally, well, there's this version of this guy, and then there's this version of this guy on steroids.
Yeah, so I
You show all
believe
once, yeah.
I believe that the general I don't know if we decided on it, but I think the general consensus was we do our selections first, then we do Dragon Maid because we can just have we can double up on those since Dragon Maids have a human and dragon form.
All right, that's good. So that's kind of funny because so basically, guys, in case you couldn't pick up on it, the idea is we're gonna ape that one plot from a GX episode, I believe. God, Dallas just keeps posting like tinier and tinier images. So we're gonna ape that one GX plot line.
What this is.
As you would expect teenage boys in a dorm to do, they're gonna pull out a Yu-Gi-Oh card and say which one is their waifu.
I would like to put the context. Mine is not that. Mine is just, what is the female card of the current deck I'm playing?
Yeah, I mean, some people I think are gonna be funny, but that was our general joke idea. The fact that we're gonna do Dragon Maid anyway probably saves me trouble because my selection would probably be one of the Dragon Maids, or it would probably be Cosmo Farm Girl. But we've already done Cosmo, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
does that mean I
yeah.
have to change my choice? Because mine was a Dragon Maid.
No, we'll just use that as the dovetail. You'll go last.
Yay.
Um,
I can continue to be lazy.
I'm trying to
These
think
images
what
are
I
always
want to.
pretty easy
I also
to
have right. David doesn't read. He doesn't know that I told him to type something in text. The worst.
He doesn't read, remember?
Sorry. I'll add an edit to mine.
No. I would like you to type the name so I can Google it, guys. Is what I'm getting at.
Oh.
I mean, you already have mine, don't you?
No.
Same
You
here.
guys kept sending me images like I was saving them. Nah. I told you. I'm just gonna give me the names.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Martha's
well,
going away. Okay. Anyway, it's also not what that spelling
Hold on,
is.
I
but-
need to find
Oh
the
my
actual
God.
name.
Okay.
Uh,
So I started with what Vesper said because they typed it first. I have to show you guys, not chat, what the third or fourth Google image search result is that just showed up in my top row.
Show the screenshot.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh,
So
no!
we will not be
I hate
displaying
the
that on
internet.
stream.
Oh
Calling
my
what at what
God.
cost.
I know. I wish I didn't see this.
this was not my int. Bluff. Bluff.
Yep.
Bluff
That's
is
what I was waiting for.
Oh,
Loth is,
Loth
is
is
now in prison.
So
I mean,
Vesper's
he's an
selection
Australian.
Wait, he's
is
already in Australia,
Lunalight
though.
Blue Cat.
Oh my god.
What do you
Show me
mean? We
Australia,
never
though.
upgraded from penal colony.
That might not. My brain. I need brain bleach.
So
Anyway,
if
should
you
move on.
wish to see for yourself, you may also Google Luna Light Blue Cat,
There's
but
shit
do so at your
Oh.
own risk.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, because
Nah.
I get it. Because the original art looks cool.
It shows up. It shows up. It just shows up on regular Google page. You don't even have to go to images. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's in the shortcut. It's by it.
So she's the Phantom of the Luna Light.
Yeah, but it's
Well,
Kate.
no,
She's
that's-
blue.
The mask thing is like across the entire archetype.
Yeah.
We'll do Lunalights eventually.
They're
Yes.
a ballet troupe, right? Or like a circus troupe.
They're not they're not circus troupe. They have a dancing aesthetic. They have a ballerina aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all their fusion monsters are X Dancer.
They are fire dancers, but Luna.
So
and
when
not
do we?
fire.
What's the biggest cat we can make? Because there's.
I believe it is Leo Dancer.
Yeah, Leo.
Do we have a tiger dancer yet?
No. We have cat, panther,
Panther
saber,
dancer.
and Leo.
I guess Saber is already like saber-toothed tiger. I don't know if we can get
Well,
a
and
future.
like the weird thing is that we also have foxes, we have butterflies.
Yeah, their fusion monsters are all cats, but their main decks are a
Rabbits.
wide variety of creatures.
If there's rabbit, where's the tank though?
There's the black bull.
There's white rabbit. Butterfly, fox, crimson fox.
Yeah, we're not discussing Lunalights themselves, but we are discussing.
There's a bird.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
if you wanna say why you decided to pick this one,
I like
Skeptical.
Lunalights. They're like I've been playing in Master Duel, like the first thing I built because they're very easy.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at all the different Lunalight cards, trying to think of which one is the coolest. And even though Blue Cat is kind of the worst one, you still play. I like the aesthetic. I like the asymmetry of how one hand has the sleeve, the other one just has the little like
little,
wristlet?
yeah, wrist cuff thing.
She'd be right at home at cats.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, that's the archetype.
Yes. Welcome to Lunalight.
Also, I mean, Cats is a very physically demanding musical. I bet those
Oh,
guys could
right.
fucking kick your ass.
This feels better.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know if we're going to discuss the effects because the effects out of context mean
Yeah,
next to
no,
nothing
this
for most
is
of these
just a
guys.
funny art thing. We don't need to discuss the effects.
Yeah.
This is let me
Well,
see how big
something that I do like in the Lunalight aesthetic, that since we're not going to show them all, we're not going to see, but I like that the crescent moon is in different rotations depending on the monster for no reason. Like there's no reason for it, but it's just a nice effect so it's not just the same background every time.
Yeah,
It
they
personalizes
do
it for them,
different
yeah.
stuff. Okay, so let us control wider, and then yeah, okay, that's pretty big. Hey, fun fact. This is Axe suggestion, not mine, despite the fact that I am a huge simp and I own this mat in real life.
Yo,
Also, I mean, it's a pretty
I just
fucking
randomly saw the altar,
slick mat.
so.
Wait, is there a...
Masquerade.
It took me a
summoned
bit
on
to
your
realize
opponent's
what
turn.
those squares were.
Yeah,
feel
this,
dumb.
this is
I couldn't
literally
fi-
a mat, but this displays
I-
both card arts at the same time.
Okay,
Oh,
so
sorry.
Lost, this game is called Yu-Gi-Oh! You play cards on a mat.
The point is, like,
No.
I just couldn't find an image that had both art, so I
Yeah,
couldn't find the
so
altar
you can
art,
see
so,
the
yeah.
original art on the right, where she's kind of like, meh. And then her alt art, which is sick, which is her
Yeah.
on a motorcycle. Hard
I
games
like
with
the
motorcycles.
alt art. The original art is in a pose I hate.
I also
I mean,
wanted to
she's
show the
doing.
other
I'm
card,
pretty
yeah.
sure she's doing a sick skate trick because she has skates in her original art. And
She's air gearing up here.
She's teching out off the wall into a new monster.
No, she's listening to Jet Set Radio.
Probably.
all of these jokes
Understand,
work.
Understand.
But did video
Actually,
kill the
for
radio?
Jet Set Radio, there's actually the one about the show is actually. Kind
Yeah,
of
let me-
Okay. I must kill this person in Master Duel. Their name is NTR.
Die.
Interesting.
That's literally just their name. And they're a picture
So
of
they're
Rhino
clearly
Bus.
playing Charmers.
I mean, I found a guy called I Hate Eldritch, and they were playing
They could be
Eldritch.
playing
so
Shadalls. That fits.
Okay.
Your
and this is the
monster, my
other
monster.
art.
Also,
S-Force Chase. So this is how you know Masquerena is in the same. Her skates are very chunky in that, but yeah.
I just
Chunky
well, for this bit, I just thought of this art, so it's like I don't know. I thought it was like for
Ooh.
the show.
Zed is suggesting Maiden of the Aqua.
Well, we're not gonna do yours. Then we have to do it for all 16 people watching. I appreciate your taste, though, sir. I assume the original OCG version with big aqua milkers. She got a retrain recently, by the way, in a V-jump, Maiden of the Aqua.
Yeah.
Watermelon.
Let's have a look to see what she looks like.
He's got the booba.
Her original art does anyway.
I see.
Water with
But also,
booba.
like this has Rappa Chiamaru and Dog Tag in it. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna preserve Robin's joke in the original form.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't want to know the sound of this.
No,
Joke
I could do the for real thing Robin told me, or I could do the joke, which is funny.
Pull out an Apache?
No, you. Oh my God! Nobody pays any attention to anybody else in this fucking conversation, do they?
I was paying attention. I just don't want to say it if no one.
I know, but I'm not sure. So like, I don't want to say anything.
You guys can read.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I'm not saying anything.
Okay, this is a bigger art.
No. Okay, I scroll back up.
It's a bigger art, but it's a shittier quality.
Yo, Yu-Gi-Oh players, everybody.
Yep, reading.
This is how you can tell. We all play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I read.
I mean,
But
I
did
read it,
you
but I also
understand?
forgot.
I mean, also this works to our funny haha theme. Let's get this out of here. So this was Robin's selection.
Robin knows what he is.
Yeah.
We don't respect him for it.
Yo, those are some pretty nice girls.
I mean,
This is Astolfo, my wife, the best rider in the game, and this is Neptibus, my other wife, that makes water go burr.
Neptibus' name is Prince of the Abyss, by the way.
So you like it
Prince
hot
of the
and
Atlanteans.
cold.
But I liked the
Yes
red
and
and
no.
blue contrast. Also, I mean, I don't think they didn't obviously go as ham as Fate Astolfo, but like up close, Infernoble
He's effeminate.
Astolfo
he's effeminate.
is definitely yes.
He has
A
big
little
femboy
femme.
energy.
I mean, it's
And
in
is
the
wearing,
legend,
like,
the thing is, he's meant to be the pretty one.
Super tall thigh high boots. Like holy shit, Infernoble
Yeah, no,
Astolfo.
there is some definite bishy energy on this design.
I mean, like even
Crotch
in, like,
sealed.
I mean, like even in like the think of like I feel like stuff of
Yes,
like.
I
And
do
the thing is,
believe.
it is not.
He's the one-
The
he's
thing
the
is,
one
it's
that actually
not an
gets laid.
Infernoble aesthetic. None of the other ones look even close to
No,
this.
like wearing he's wearing like a tie and like a vest or a fancy shirt under it as well. Like most of they're anime boys, but most of the other Infernobles are like generic nighty boys.
Like I was trying to say, even after Charlemagne lore, Astolfo is a ditz. He is himbo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's also like some of his
He's
adventures is
Jimbo.
because he like actually tried to get laid with the wrong people.
Yeah, no, he actual like historically correct Astolfo has big himbo energy, especially when he trades his wits for Orlando's. Anyway, yeah, so we could have just done a Lyrilusk with the the many puns, but I thought
we could have done the Lyrilusk Robin, but I mean also.
Like I said, this is red and blue. I thought it we got the contrast. I thought it was funnier.
Good art. Like I
Yeah.
love Astolfo's art.
One day we'll cruise.
And Neptibus has feet.
Avenue.
Neptibus has the weird Aquaman angle art of like.
by the way,
I don't know
I
how
had to blow
I don't
this
know
one
if that's
up
how your body
slightly.
works in water.
I
Also,
had to
I'm
blow
pretty
this
sure
one up
Neptibus
slightly.
has
There was
6
a-
toes.
There was a larger version, but it was like a photo
Okay.
scan. It still had the holographic sheen, so
Okay,
I decided to
like,
go for this version.
The issue that I was having, so I'm back.
Okay, all right, cool.
Neptibus does in
Like,
fact
I'm
have
pretty sure
welcome
that-
back. That bothers me.
Yeah, Neptibus has 6 toes, and it's very.
That's the Atlantean power.
So I will definitely find a
Sweet
You
home
respect-
Alabama.
I'm looking for the man with 6 fingers on his right hand.
And shocking nobody, this card, of course, has full art, even though she's new. It's Stardust Trail, everybody.
It looks like Kiza.
A little bit, yeah.
I think that is the point.
Possibly? I don't know. I mean, this is like a Team 5Ds thing. I know she was the only woman, but also wasn't, like most Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists, wasn't Yusei only attracted to motorcycles and or dragons?
There was a
there-
thing at the end that was really awkward
It
and
was
kind of shoehorned, but
They sort of had something there where it was like eyes moving and their
Okay.
fingers touching, slowly pulling away, sort of saying that
Yeah.
they kissed.
I think it was the closest.
Whereas
Yu-Gi-Oh's ever
Jack
come to
Atlas
it.
had, because of writing reasons we've discussed, Jack Atlas has a huge reversal where Jack Atlas has a very clear love interest, and then for reasons that character
And then
is
his love
removed
interest
from the
goes
story, and then I
away.
believe there's a screen cap somewhere of Jack Atlas saying, like, a woman has no place in the dueling ring or something.
Even they're like, she became.
Well,
not a
I'm
anymore.
pretty sure that line is before the love interest happens, but still.
Yes.
I thought that was from the second season,
no,
but
that's
still, it's
not
very
afterwards.
funny. Yeah.
No, she literally, there's this whole arc where it's like, oh, they're getting to know each other better, that just stops.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like
Unfortunately, yeah.
we discussed this to death and back, but Jack is very clearly a chauvinist asshole in season 1. Has the arc where he's not, and like he is still no longer a chauvinist asshole, but they have just cut out the part where Carly existed and just removed her.
There's a slight regression.
Yeah.
Also,
Stardust Trail also, by the way, is one of those lucky cards that gets a concept art that got posted on Twitter. Let me see how.
I thought you were about to say it's one of those lucky cards with a hip and thigh window.
Well,
It's a weird thing where like they couldn't just change voice actor. But anyway.
well, they don't do that usually.
Yeah,
It's Japan thing. It's
Japan is
the
very
one.
weird
Changing
about
voice
it.
actors. Do you know who's been voicing Goku for the past 600 years?
Yeah, it's
One old
Same
lady.
person.
Yeah.
Well,
but
it-
as you can
the
see,
reason-
it is clearly
Also the Gohan.
supposed to be.
Yeah, it's the
very
chick from
similar.
Converging Wishes, but with
Yeah.
more detail.
Yeah, and a little more dragony and a little less.
Yes.
I enjoy they start sharing concept art because it also makes you like
Sure.
learn about
Yeah.
some interesting bits.
It's a concept art, but to get to the point on the voice actor thing, Axe, it's one of the main, like, that and the fact that Japan just doesn't like Tien is the reason why Tien did jack shit in Super.
Yeah.
Because his original voice actor died, and even though he has a replacement who can do his voice well, it's just not to Japan. It's not the same having someone replace his voice.
That's a bit mean to like a character external.
Well,
to
I
that,
mean, the
yeah.
alternative is how America does it, whereas, we're not paying you enough money. Fuck you. We'll just recast you. We'll get somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Right,
balance to
exactly.
be had between that.
Yes,
and...
but they're not. It's not. Universally one is bad, one is good. I
No,
I
yeah,
think
it's a
that
bit
they
dumb.
should not get
No,
so
I
attached to their
actually
voice
disagree.
actors.
I think it's universally both is bad.
Okay, yeah, both extremes can be bad. I don't think that Japan should get so attached to voice actors that like they will kill a character's role just because the actor has died. Like I know that happens in live action, but like it's animated. You don't.
That's
you're
live
not-
action, not animated.
Yeah, you're not constrained by these
Yeah.
things either. That's why we like
Yeah.
animation. But yeah, so I guess I need to go grab Oops All Dragon Maids now. Unless Mark
Yeah.
actually
Well,
wants to
no,
do
no.
something in.
Well,
Never mind.
I do want to
Suggest
say
that.
real quick though that no, this card is actually kind of why I started, because I saw the card, I'm like, ooh, pretty. Read the text, I'm like, oh, I could maybe build a deck around that.
Yeah,
Let me
this is
see-
Stardust Trail. She plus Stardust Synchron make Stardust go burr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they continue to keep making Stardust go burr. By the way, has anybody read Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon?
Yes.
No.
It's Majestic Go Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Moff
card,
did post a suggestion.
They're honest.
Right. Okay. Then hold on. Let me pull
Because
it up.
that one's actually a girl, not the low one, which is a guy.
I don't think that the little one is a guy. It's more just that it's vague.
Girl.
Very weird.
Yeah, girl.
Very vague. yeah.
Androgynous.
It's vague because it's the fact that that monster is a child at that stage.
Yeah, it's a level up. No, I mean you can look at level 8.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
definitely
level
a
8
woman.
was
So
more
four
like the
four
one.
is also a girl, but it's
Silent
like
Magician. We're talking about it. We're going to show it. Silent Magician is very clearly feminine. By the end of it, it's more just that the level 4 Silent Magician is like a 12-year-old. Like it's a prepubescent version of the card. So they're not going to
well,
have. feminine
I'm pretty sure, given the context, it's a Yugi joke. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's a
like
Yami.
little
it's-
Yugi becomes big Yugi. Like that's
Well,
the whole
it's
thing.
the Silent Swordsman is the other one, correct? That
Yeah.
that is part
Yeah.
of part of this.
Yeah, it has 3
Eating up-
stages.
Right. Don't save my changes to go to.
Oh yeah, also hip and thigh window.
Yeah. So this is Silent
Yeah, I like
Magician.
her hat.
This is like a actual official art piece that Konami has released. But this is the just Silent Magician non-level version because they realized level monster's bad.
LV monsters suck.
Yeah, LV monster. Until they
I do
printed
kind
like
of wish they'd-
exactly Armed Dragon Thunders, and even then that's not a competitive deck, but they at least go burr.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I do wish that they'd kind of revisit that idea maybe a little bit more.
I mean,
That's your
they're open
suggestion,
to it. The
Alex?
problem is just that like they,
Yeah.
they've only got so much.
The issue is you're
Dallas.
playing a rank up type of play then,
Yeah.
and you can just play XZs and rank those up.
I guess
Well,
that's
and
true,
I would say the other thing about the Armed Dragon Thunders is that they explicitly cheat themselves out to get to the higher ones very easily, rather than doing the nonsense bullshit you have to do to turbo them out in regular Yu-Gi-Oh.
So anyway, about a different archetype, I like this card art.
Yeah, no, this is a good archetype.
I
This is
like.
a good
I
card
actually
art.
like the background aesthetic, and I think their hat and staff's really cool.
And I
I
think the
would say
backgrounds.
it's
Robin brought this up earlier.
tastefully
This is
more,
clearly like this
you
is a
know?
retrain that came out later, right? So clearly they actually have like background detail.
Yeah.
I don't, but I'll take your word for it.
What?
I said I don't, but I'll take your word for it.
In reference to what?
What you just said.
Okay.
Whomst, Dallas, use proper nouns.
Just there.
Okay. I didn't even hear what Vesper said. Anyway, here's what Dallas said.
She's kind of important.
It's a female in the deck he wants to be using.
She's important.
This is
It's a deck
DDD
I
Oracle
played
King
in.
Dark, in case you didn't know.
Yes, it's
Someone who played DDD for like AE locals, this card's pretty fun. It's pretty good, pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very easy to make in D&D.
Yeah, no, I've noticed.
Just two
The,
monsters.
the one thing I just don't understand is like the weird fish scale things coming, or fins coming off the boots.
DDDs, Loft DDDs.
It's a demon.
DDDs have art, like that is a fail portrayal we need to do, because
Yes.
this is easily the
Like
tamest
honestly, a lot of
DDD
these
art.
are probably previews of some stuff we're gonna do, but like
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I definitely feel like the silent monsters are probably another mini archetype we could do, like Live Twin or the next thing Dragon Maze we're gonna do after this. But
Oh,
same with Lunar Light and
Dallas, you may have given
Inferno
Awakening to Zed.
Yeah, no, Jean d'Arc, I like chicks in armor. That's just a thing.
Yeah.
like a level.
Historically, I
I
like
would
more
say the
masculine
only thing
women.
that's weird about it is that her tit plates are small and separated.
It's
They're
like
weird,
it's
yes.
like they're just circles.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I could
don't
draw a funny face on her chest plate. Yes.
I don't like the
but-
card art as much as I like the anime art.
What is it?
If you
Show us-
want to
show it.
pull up the one of her doing, I assume a Rasengan. That's what it looks like at least.
What?
She's not doing like a sword thrust.
No, she's doing a Rasengan to the
I
sky.
don't know why Google do you make shopping the next result and not.
I did just notice she's coming out of a portal or she's charging energy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well-
almost like a different dimension portal.
It's like she's charging up that Rasengan.
Yeah, no,
Screenshot
no,
of it.
she's coming to collect on your
Tiny
contract.
as hell. It is 250 by 141 of her Rasengan.
I mean, Dallas just said he wants a screenshot from the anime.
Oh wait,
I can
here it
do
is. I think I found it.
Ah.
Oh, did you already find it?
No, it's different. That's why I said the joke. That's just her being. This is just her being summoned, which makes her wings look a lot more
Meh.
like. Oh, she has spiky toe feet. Okay, that's dangerous.
Like,
She's a demon.
Yeah. No,
Chicken-
Well, I mean, it's.
she's also
it's,
very clearly non-human.
She's a demon.
Well,
knight.
yeah,
yeah,
it did-
yeah,
That's
obviously-
everything with all DDDs, though. To be fair,
My
it's-
decision point.
Okay, this image
between
is fucking huge. I will not post it.
The
It's
the
the
two
same
I
Joan-
was debating between was this one and Amazoness Queen, because
It's
I mean, I
Yeah.
brought up Amazoness as an idea to do this whole thing, but yeah, I get you.
it's the Saint Joan fusion monster after she fell into the DDD world for
I mean,
some
yeah,
reason.
basically. She has the same
That's-
stat
that's-
line.
that's
She's
probably-
2800.
That's almost certainly the aesthetic intention.
The reference, yeah.
yeah, the theme of DDD is conquerors. Like it's Genghis, Siegfried, well, Siegfried's
Leonidas.
different, but it's Genghis, Leonidas, Caesar,
It's
And
all the names you
apparently
recognize from
evil John
FGO.
Alexander. Yes, no, no.
Yo, look at this Reddit meme I just found. Funny.
Okay, so we're gonna start with. Sorry, I'm gonna do the smart thing with Dragon Maid, and I'm gonna double up because duh. They literally have a. Literally, this aesthetic is inspired. It is literally inspired by Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and the artist of that work, the author, has given it his official seal of approval, or her seal of approval. I don't know.
I also have a feeling, because she can't mention it because, once again, Konami are absolute dicks to their artists. I think it's definitely a play that she might actually just be the artist.
I don't
Maybe.
know about that for sure, but
It's similar, but I don't think it's exact.
okay. We're gonna start with the
more similar
appropriate
to the
level
manga,
levels.
to be fair.
It's
Well, that's
very
adorable.
possible she had. It's very possible they brought them on for some kind of
Consultation.
overview or interpret.
Yeah.
I can't think of the right word.
Consultation.
Oversight?
Yeah.
Consultation. That's the word. It's very possible they brought them on for consultation.
Let me bring up,
But like you said, like there's no way to prove for sure.
But like
Yeah,
on
'cause
Twitter,
once again,
they have
Konami,
said.
I will reiterate this until the end of time. Konami treat their artists absolutely terribly.
No, what the fuck?
I had it set on transparent. I'm gonna raise the size though. Okay, so this, if you guys don't know anything about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I have news for you. Here's how this works. How Dragon Maids work.
Probably
maids
proceed-
that become
They are
dragons.
dragons. Yes, they are maids who become dragons. They have two forms. They have their normal form. This is Laundry Dragon Maid. And then they have their big form, which is their syllables are reversed. So I never can say almost any of these names correctly, but the big blue dragon is Dragon Maid Nudyarl.
Did you think of a Kirin? Or I think it's the ears.
I'm not
It's
entirely
Scandinavian,
sure
I know
what
that.
the way
I mean,
the Japanese, because this is Dragon Maid Flus. I don't get what the
just
what
look
the
at
flip is.
what's it? Ket's in Dragon Maid. She's got similar like horn things.
Yeah, she's got antlers. I mean, this is a. We're kind of like we're going for like a fluffy serpent vibe, but yeah, like this is
Yes.
just Chinese dragon aesthetics.
I really like the face for like Laundry Dragon Maid's doing.
Yeah, laundry is
Well,
like,
I-
oh no, I've dropped your laundry.
She's obviously the clumsy one because you always have to have one.
On some cases.
Every time I hear someone say laundry dragon, I think of Flying Thirst. I don't know why.
Yeah,
And does
I
it look
think-
like she's wearing fucking rain boots?
yeah, she's got little
Yes.
booties on.
But then
Because
again, this
she
one,
goes outside.
I love the art. That's
Well,
all I can say.
Omega.
Once again,
I-
she's the clumsy one.
I do want to say, you mentioned their OCG dragon names.
Yeah.
Those dragon names are not actually. So the word pun is funny enough and TCG exclusive thing. In the OCG, the dragon names are themed after words that relate to their attributes.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
So,
So,
like,
fire is flam,
Parlor
earth
is
is air.
roofed, as in air.
Yeah. So there, I think that it's flus is in river. Yeah, I think that that this is another case where the localization is probably better. Like it's way harder to pronounce, but it's more interesting than just
It's traditional German. Or
Dragon,
close
but
to it.
water.
It's like a England
well.
Anglicization.
The OCG names are like they're Germanic variations of.
Yeah, they're
like,
Englishy, which doesn't translate, I think, for the effect they want.
I do appreciate that, like, yes, her maid outfit looks kind of oriental to go with the Chinese dragon aesthetic, but also her gloves kind of have her fangs from
Her
Dragonfall.
claws, yeah.
I will
She's got-
also say, my personal favorite is
Oh, yeah,
always
close.
going to be the German names for these cards.
well, that's
What
because
is it?
you're really edgy and try hard.
Well, no, but Drachenmachten is great.
Oh, you mean like the actual? Yeah, no, the German names are usually
No, like
pretty
the
good.
German names for the cards, like Drachenmachten Schwei or
Drachen.
Yeah, no, like I mean, like just in general.
I love, but I would.
It just sounds fun.
Yeah, the different name, like the Italian name for this is Tuboca Dragonzella.
Dragonzella.
So,
It's like you're saying
I can
Gorgonzola.
hear my brother having an aneurysm from here over that.
so
And then Dragonchella is the
he,
Spanish one.
he spent
Dragonchella.
about 4 years in Italy.
Okay.
Yo, call him over and ask him how to pronounce the Dragon Maid card.
no, no.
I don't know how to speak Korean. I don't know how to read Korean, so I don't know what that says.
We should move on to the
Thank
There's
goodness.
definitely, anyway,
Over there,
let's
Wait,
actually
did we
we're doing a
discuss
full
their
fail
effect?
portrayal. Let's talk about what they do. So the main
Right,
thing
yeah.
about Dragon Maids is you see they are small and then they are big. They switch. So Laundry Dragon Maid is a water dragon, level 2. She has 500 attack, 1600 defense. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard because, as David said, she's the clumsy one. At the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one level 7 Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use each
And
effective
so,
Laundry Dragon Maid once per
for
turn.
reference, we'll discuss when we get to
Well,
actually get to the Laundry Dragon. But
Nude Jarl is
um,
7. We can say that.
I just forgot off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
the human Dragon Maids are level 2 and level 3.
Yeah.
The Dragon Maids are level 7 and level 8.
Mhm.
The 2 summon 7s and the 3 summon 8s.
Yes.
There's also a 4.
Yeah, and then Chamber is 4, and she summons 7
Hey,
or higher,
oh
I
my
think.
God, I just figured out something with a name
Oh,
that
so
makes
that
them
plus
much
5?
less interesting.
What?
They're just anagrams.
Yeah, I told you
The
that.
Didn't
Jarl's an
realize
anagram
that?
of laundry.
I literally
started
told you
doing
that they reversed it.
I am apparently dumb.
They
Yes,
just
Your
reduced.
hearing was good
They
though.
just
Dallas,
reduced-
you are too
reversed the
smart to be
syllables.
this dumb.
Anyway, let's move on before we stuck on this.
Yeah. So yes, as Mr. said, the levels match up, they correspond. And the big ones have an ability to return, so they also mention the appropriate levels.
I didn't know.
By the way, Laundry's not super. You don't play Laundry a heck of a lot because she mills your top 3, and it's not like a foolish, so it's not the best.
It's a weird effect that doesn't actually work with your archetype.
If
you throw a dragon, a level 7 dragon into the graveyard, yes, it does get you them. Make them alive, but they have better choices for that, yeah.
I played Laundry Dragon Maid in a very weird deck, but it was not pure Dragon Maid.
You literally have a card that does what Laundry does, but better.
So what, and then the big one is Nudyarl. Level 7, 2600, 1600 attack.
Is it meant to be like +5 and -5, or is it just a bit?
It is +5. I don't know if that has any significance, no. They just have certain level effects. So, Nudyarl, all of the big Dragon Maids have this following effect. Cannot be destroyed by card effects while you control a fusion monster. We'll explain why in a second. You can use each of the following effects of Dragon Maid Nudyarl once per turn. So, Dragon Maids also do the thing that Necros did, which is all of the big Dragon Maids are also basically pseudo hand traps. Some of them are actual quick effects, some of them are not. But Nudyarl is like reverse title. You can discard this card, target one monster in either graveyard, shuffle it back. And then at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand and special summon one level 2 Dragon Maid monster from your hand. So, Nudyarl can shuffle back things, and then she goes back to being small at the end.
It's a fairly decent effect.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy, but GD Crow's still a good card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, the thing is, I said they are pseudo hand traps. That is not a quick effect, so it does. Yeah. It's not the best because you have to do it on your turn, but it's still something you can do.
And also, Dragon Maid is very susceptible to the skill that is draining, because if you drain the little ones, they can't retreat.
Yeah,
they can't transform.
No, because that's their effect. Have we really not? Okay, well.
Unless someone shaos when you activate skill drain.
Okay.
Yeah, but you cards have to.
Well, I mean, you can make.
Well, no, if you make Sheo in response to skill drain, it would still be negated.
Yeah.
But no, you create Sheo before the skill drain appears, and then when your opponent tries to do anything, you're like, "Fuck you, Sheo! No, stop that." Guess what, guys? Dragon Maids weren't a deck until later. They printed Chamber and Sheo.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
No,
Chamber was so good she made the deck splashable in Dragon decks.
Yeah,
yes, which is why I hate Sheo, because it's Dragon Link decks.
And now we got Nurse.
Yeah, Nurse.
Hello.
Very good cards.
Wait, where's her nipples?
No, this is the edited art. Unfortunately, this is the one I cannot find it any bigger, so I'm gonna have to resize it.
Yeah, we discussed this last week, but Nurse was censored because she has buttons that can look like nipples, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess. Yes. It is a very much I guess on that.
her dragon form is actually kind of derpy, but in the kind of cute.
Oh, God,
yeah.
Well, yeah, she's supposed to be kind of like sweet, right? Like she's the nurse.
She's got like a fang off to the side that's like meant to be on the other side, so it's shadow, but it looks like her tongue is just hanging out.
It looks like a bootleg Pokemon.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would say that
legendary.
we made like voice actress jokes earlier. Like Nurse clearly has one of those like really soft, fluffy voices. Oh no,
She has the
Are you
aura
okay?
voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like her little shoes. I noticed that her gloves in the big form are huge. Like she has big spiky gauntlets. That seems a little dangerous for medical profession.
I mean, she might also punch her patients out.
No
anesthetics needed.
She's the big one.
Best shoes, by the way. Shoe game on point.
Yes.
Those are.
Nurse, by the way,
Dragon-
is Earth. She's Earth.
Her dragon hair looks like a jelly.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's just a running theme with their designs of their gloves and boots are dragon-esque to represent their dragoniness.
Fairly typical.
I'm not
though
a
they
big
do
fan
have
of
wings
the
and tail
gloves,
and horns.
because that can't be safe for a medical professional.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to 5 seconds ago when I
What are you
said
talking
that,
about?
Dallas.
She doesn't need a scalpel.
Coming
She
in.
has it.
This is the head of the
Owls are just literally deaf.
I think something might be up with my headphones. Hold on.
Like
Dallas
we're saying
Dallas has to
Dallas is-
literally check his audio because he cannot comprehend us. But yeah,
okay,
no.
there was something wrong. Okay.
Okay, so you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh,
All
there
right.
was there was a cut.
But yeah, so I do kind of like that. Also, each of the dragon forms, much like Miss Kobayashi have different looks. Like, Ernest is more Western. You know, got 6 limbs, big wings. Though her
Yeah, I mean, like as we said, Laundry has it's not the Chinese dragon, but it's the Kirin. It is the unicorn dragon that is.
Yeah, she has antler horns and like a lot of flesh.
That dragon looks fucking soft. Like you could just like poke it and be like, ooh.
Yeah, no. Nurse's dragon form looks like she is made of cotton candy.
Yeah.
Or at least like taffy.
She's soft and squishy like cotton candy.
Candy dragon.
So Nurse is an Earth level 2, 500 attack, 1600 defense. Because yes, they do not have the stonks in their small forms. If this card is normal or special summoned, target one level 4 or lower Dragon Maid monster. Great future proofing, by the way, Konami. Thank you. Because when this was printed, they didn't have a level 4. It was 2s and 3s and then the big ones. Except Nurse Dragon Maid, special summon it. So if you have a small one in your graveyard, Nurse gets you another one. At the start of the battle phase, return it. You can only use each effect once per turn. Nurse,
they had an idea that we might print a level 4 Dragon Maid at some point. So let's make level 4 or lower.
They clearly had themes because there's a Dragon Maid for each attribute. So I suspect they had Shio planned from the start. This was another deck build pack, by the way, that these came out in. Also with Mathmex, and generators of all things. But they had House Dragon Maid, which is their fusion, who is light and level 9. So I assume they had Shio planned, which is her dragon form. And then they didn't have any darks. So there's Chamber now, who is the dark level 4. And I kind of hope that they release Chamber's dragon form sometime. They'll probably wait a while, though, because she's
level
splashable.
9 dragon, yeah.
But yeah, I actually would prefer if she was level 9, because that would give you some synergy with the way House works. Because House has
the issue is it can't be level 9 because Chamber only summons 7s, I believe.
It's 7 or
higher.
Actually, no, I think it's 7+. So she has future proofing as well.
Oh, so she can take out anything, but she can only be tagged out.
Chamber is very good because you can summon anything.
Yeah, Chamber. I mean, they did, like we said, with the level 4 on Nurse, they obviously future-proofed these cards, which is something Konami does not always do. But yeah, Chamber is very clearly like, okay, these Dragon Maids are cute, but they don't do the thing we need. What do we do for them? All right, let's give them a bigger boss monster with an Omni Negate effect, and also let's give them a main deck monster that's dark that like can be either. Because as this was my first like serious deck. I played Red Eyes, but that wasn't serious. I played that until I got into like low silver, and then I stopped because it didn't do anything.
Then you notice it doesn't have protection, so it doesn't do shit.
Yeah, Konami, because Konami hates my guts and won't let me play Dragoon.
Also, your fusion card prevents you from doing anything.
Yes, thank you, Axe, for keeping to over-elaborate all the things I've said before. But Dragon Maid was my second deck, and I was able to get into old school gold in the first season with Dragon Maids with just Shio and making annoying monsters. I played pure Dragon Maids, though. I do not Dragon Link it up. I did have Spheres, but that's because, I mean, what else can you do? Dragon Maids don't have a Link
good
monster.
card.
Yeah. So
Spheres Tiding is like a 60% win rate in actual Yu-Gi-Oh!
So, Irnus is a level 7, 2600, 1600 dragon. Can't be destroyed by card effects, like I said. And this one has a quick effect. You can discard this card, special summon one level 4 lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand, and then at the end of the battle phase, return. So, Nurse has an effect to just quick effect, pitch herself, put a guy on board. So if your opponent, like, lightning storms your small Dragon Maid before going to the battle phase, and you still have some left in your hand, you can just be like, no, I still have a monster. And because it's the graveyard, you can, bring this back if it's the right level. So there's some interesting interplay. I think that Nurse and Ernest are better than Laundry and Nude Jarl, but they're all okay.
Like
these tabs up.
Excluding Laundry because of her weird effect, almost all of them have some place in the deck, and I think Laundry still does. It's more just that
Laundry by herself is like a one-off. Yeah,
her way into a deck that I built, but that's just me.
So,
unfortunately,
she has set up potential if you were playing, if you played it. There's ways to make her work, but it's not worth doing.
I don't know why, but I like this one's face.
Parlor is very popular. It might also be because she's wearing the mini dress style maid outfit, but yeah, Parlor's pretty purple.
It might also be that she just has hands.
And
yes, it's true. She does have hands.
It could also be
seems
a
like
good
she's
boost.
She also seems like she's the smug one.
I mean, clearly. Yeah, no, I can see her dragon face up close for the first time. Yes.
Very, very smug.
This is Parlor, by the way. Parlor, the wind one. She is the smug.
It's Larper is her dragon form.
Lorpar.
Lorpar, right?
I like her stockings match her like scale patterns and stuff.
Yeah, they all have that. Yeah. But yes, it's a good touch. I will say, looking at her dragon form full, I think it's got a lot of like it has like a weird leaf thing going on that I'm not sure why. I mean, she does have leaf horns in her normal form, but I'm kind of like, why is the wind element the like fairy dragon of the woods? I don't know.
Because she's green.
Yeah, but
I stepped away as we were about to do the one I wanted to talk about.
Well,
I like her human form. I have issues with the dragon art.
I don't think the dragon art is bad. I do think there are a few too many. Like she's got weird antler things on her back.
The toenails bother me a lot.
I'm not bothered by the middle.
Well, I've come in to say I like both. Her chest looks very fluffy in dragon form.
Yes, she's clearly feathered.
Her toes look like carrots.
Yo, toes?
That's probably intentional.
She has claws, Dallas.
Klaus.
Claws. They're meant to kill you.
Toes are claws.
Klaus.
Sometimes I love looking at trivia. Look at this trivia for Parlor.
Oh no!
You mean I'm gonna have the same reaction of just oh boy.
What?
Stating the obvious.
If let's not bother. Let's just move on.
Yo, Dragon Maid Parlor is based off a Parlor Maid. Wow, who would have guessed?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. That's another thing. They are all actually named for positions in the house.
Yeah, I mean it's they are maids and they are actually maids. Like they all are.
I guess I've heard the word nursemaid before.
I do appreciate the random part of her human form with the wings coming out of the apron.
Yeah.
Just folded like as an extra layer to the skirt.
Lots of little details. So
but no, I like her. She's green.
She's wind and level 3. So she has 1700 defense, still 500 attack. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Dragon Maid card from your deck to the graveyard, except Power Dragon Maid. What's that? Better laundry? Foolish burial on legs?
And speaking of voice actor memes, she is Tamamo voices her. This is Tamamo's.
Oh yeah.
Tamamo voices this character.
Tia Saito, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could see that. Like some just smug rambling energy.
She calls you Ghost Jin-sama. That's what it is.
I mean, I think they probably. Well, no, some of them might actually say Aruji or something like that. But
yeah,
anyway.
but Parlor would definitely be the one to say Ghost Jin-sama.
Look at this maid smug aura. It mocks me, Charlie.
Smug aura.
And then you can return it during the battle phase to get a level 8, because this is the second batch of levels.
8.
And then, as stated before, our big modo is Lorpar. So Lorpar is level 8, Wind Dragon, 2700 attack, 1700 defense. Can't be destroyed, fusion monster. Don't worry, we'll get there. It's just we got to go through all the levels. So you can discard this card, target one face-up monster on the field. Players cannot activate that target's effect on the field this turn. So it's kind of a crappy baby effect veiler.
It's missing one important line of text, which is quick effect.
Yes, unfortunately.
I find it funny she goes from smug gremlin maid, and then in dragon form she looks way more elegant, but you still get a feeling of that vibe.
The interesting thing about this effect is that it implies you're playing a Dragon Maid mirror match. Because it says player. So I think the assumption is that.
I mean, it's probably so you shut down Mystic Mine, then don't try to play your own Mystic Mine or something.
Yeah. But also I don't even know. Judges let me know. It says you cannot activate that target's. So it's not like a name check. It's specifically that targeted card. So is it like they're trying to look out for creature swap shit? I don't know.
I mean,
it does mean that you can
their battle phase effect is optional, so it's not like they're forced to. So it's not like you can. It's not like you have to target your thing
Yeah.
so they don't bounce back. It's
I
weird.
I don't know exact. Like I think it's supposed to just be like baby effect veiler, but it's phrased a little weirdly.
It's a very odd phrasing that implies both players are going to have activate a monster's effect.
Yeah. But it's an interesting one to be sure. I will say, Lorpar is cool, but in terms of the actual deck, she is not probably out of the original combo of 4. She is probably not the one with the most gas.
Yeah, I mean, like
you still play one of her because you send her off Parlor.
Yeah.
So you
and her actual like normal summon effect to Foolish, right? You know, is good.
Yeah.
I saw some
in reality, you can't be too picky in an archetype with 7 monsters.
Oh, I've seen some Harami art of this recently. Huh.
After Parlor, I believe that Kitchen is pretty popular as well.
That's some good eats.
I can understand why.
I think Kitchen's probably my favorite art, at least human form.
Yeah. I do kind of, she's doing the wing skirt thing again, but yeah, she's got, you know, the apron and everything. I noticed that I think she's got some like eyeshadow.
I like her dress. The dragon.
They got like a.
This isn't interesting. This is always the funny thing about fail portrayal is seeing cards blown up. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I can.
Yeah, dragon form on the other hand is
I weirdly had an idea of like if we had to have a weird reverse name.
This looks like a WoW dragon.
You're just taking that from the chat.
Well,
someone said
what
that
was different? It made me think of a bit to it, but.
Oh,
like,
talking about Axe. Okay. I was like,
yeah.
So what's up? This looks like a WoW dragon in chat?
No, but there are quite a few people in chat. No, we didn't need to do anything. Yeah. We need to continue to make people think that this is pathetic aesthetic, even though Rada actually brought that back and did Karibos. No, we will not do that one anytime soon.
I actually like ours more because we actually talk about the cards.
Omega, have you seen World of Warcraft stuff at all?
Yeah.
We've discussed it to me looks like a palette swap of one of Ysera's spawn.
It makes you think of
that's a little too specific for me, but I get what you mean about the art vibes.
Well, I'll just show you a picture of Ysera.
I seeing this blown up, I think it's a little it's a little too rounded.
This dragon is thick.
By the way, we're playing BGM Keycard 01 right now, aka the Jaminist.
I'll come out and say it. I like both.
I think she's okay. I mean, you know me, guys. I'm a sucker. She's red.
Yeah.
But I do think that there are a couple details of the way that her dragon form is that's a little like why is she so shiny?
Why is the wing so different though?
I also don't know what kind of
weird, right?
It's like what kind of dragon is she supposed to be?
I don't know. Her color gradient is kind of weird.
It's almost like the wings were added on afterwards.
Like I said, she looks very much like Ysera. I'll post a picture of this. Well, the in-game model, I should say. Not the
house of the Saiyans on the
Just gonna clear out all my freaking
Robo mouth.
Yes, no, that does look a lot like that thing you said. But which is, kind of funny because Kitchen here is arguably, like I said, one of the better of the 4 next to like Nurse.
Oh yeah.
So
I've seen that card before.
In human form are wrapped around her body.
She fire, same stats. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 dragon-made monster from your deck to your hand, except Kitchen, then send 1 dragon-made monster from your hand to the graveyard. So she when normal summoned, fetches.
I think it's something interesting about the design aesthetics.
Yeah.
Is that excluding, I guess, Nurse and House, the rest of them have the color, like the color, the through line of like their attribute is their color aesthetic, but. Nurse is
pink as opposed to. It's probably because Earth's color is brown.
Yeah, it's like a blackish brown. It's
just a hard,
it's a hard color to make look aesthetically pleasing sometimes.
Yeah.
That's just a Japanese thing. Like in Legend of Zelda games, some of the older ones, the Earth Temple has a again pink or purple ending.
I just remembered, it's a thing in fucking Sentai as well, where a lot of times like the Black Ranger has a purple like background. Because you can't make black, you can't put black behind black, because it just becomes a void.
Yeah.
Darkness.
So it becomes that one.
As you said in Zed, no. All the secret rare dragon maids, which includes Kitchen and Nurse, were short printed because Konami wants your money. Thank God they had very cheap reprints in Maximum Gold Eldorado, which are Chef's Kiss. big keynote. And then they did the same for Chamber. Thank God. Also because Chamber was not short printed, I don't think, but she was a secret rare in a core set and was ludicrously expensive because of splashability in Dragon Link. Fuck those guys.
Dragon Maid has never been a good deck, but there have been, well, not good. That's too harsh, but never been a meta deck.
No.
But
in the TCG,
Dragon Link cards have appeared in a meta deck.
Dragon Maid and Dragon Maid Lunalight gets tops in the OCG, where you can splash 3 Max C.
The OCG is not real, though.
It turns out that Maxi is a card that does things.
And Maxi, having played my Dragon Maid deck in Master Duel with 3 Maxi, yes, Maxi does a lot for you in this deck because it just gives you all your dragons who have hand trap effects. Oh yeah, like Tinkek. The only one whose name I don't like is Kitchen's dragon form. It's spelled Tink, H-E-C. So I don't even know.
Tinkek.
There's no pronunciation.
Tinkek?
Yeah.
Tinkek.
I'm gonna say Tinkek. I have to pronounce it.
Maybe it's supposed to be like.
Is that your heritage
Egyptian
coming
or
through,
Middle
Dallas?
Eastern dragon or
Yes.
something. I don't.
But this is your honest. This is your archetype honest. Quick effect. You can discard this card, target one Dragon Maid monster you control. It gains 2k attack until the end of this turn. Which, by the way, I have absolutely clowned on fools in Master Duel because they did not realize I had an in-archetype honest.
Well, it's interesting, too, how it's just a round number like 2k instead of like 2,700 because that's the monster.
Yeah.
The thing is, the one good thing about this is it is exactly low enough for the Arrival Cybers to beat.
Yeah. I mean,
but
the reason it's not something ridiculous is because
Dragon Maids are
actually
already huge, yes.
Yeah,
It's
the
big.
show is 3.5k, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And House is 3k, right?
yeah.
So
If you did that
your
27K
boards
on your
are big bungassy, which is why. But still, this is a much like why Aranus is very good. Tinkek here is a quick effect. You get an attack boost. So it's pretty strong. I will say I think the only issue is that a lot of the Dragon Maids like incentivize you to send to graveyard or to summon them. So it's a little like you have to have like multiple Tinkeks or returner to hand to actually get it out on there. But it's still a very good effect.
Well, and the interesting thing is that you can only use each effect once per turn, so you can't actually double up on Tinkek.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
can summon a Tinkek and then Tinkek your Tinkek. Wow,
no,
it says something about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki. Their card art for their card scan for Chamber Dragon Maid is the Eldorado print.
It's the same in Edo Pro, so I think it's just that's the only scan there is of this card.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Probably because people weren't buying the actual version because it was expensive.
Aw. So this is our last main deck one for now. Like I said, there's no dragon form version of Chambre.
Yeah, it's very possible we'll get a Rechem or something.
Yeah, something like that.
A Rechem.
Yeah, so this is Chambre. After Chambermaid, which is, one for the private chambers. Clearly the Dragon Maid Mansion, which doesn't exist yet, by the way. They don't have a field spell. They have several
should
team
make it,
spells,
yeah.
but...
They could make a field spell. That could be gross.
It probably would
Also,
be.
That lets you summon a Dragon Maid from the deck instead of from the hand once per turn or something stupid.
Something nuts like that, or something that lets you do almost like the Live Twin channel, just put a small Dragon Maid back in your hand.
Just give it the effect. Summons and effects that activate on summon can't be negated.
Just give it Magical Meltdowns effect. Your opponent can't
Make
tell
it
you to
spell
fuck off
speed
when you
4.
fusion.
Make it spell speed 4 for no reason, like Chicken Game.
Actually, this is the thing. I
Or
want to bring up a
just
thing.
put Magical Meltdown in here.
I think her
So
dragon form will be
fun.
really cool because it will have a lot of it will have the very interesting Aurora Borealis multicolor.
Yeah, she's got some
effects.
multicolored effects, though it's weird. I think her
Or
mop
her
is made
Feather
for the
Duster
game.
and her mop have the same things.
But I like her horn designs, like the sweeping forward with the multicolors. I didn't realize because this card is a secret rare and a gold rare, so it's very tiny and not well scanned. She's got a little bit of a cute blush, like she's kind of slightly
mentioned it, yeah.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
And she's dark element, so her clothing type is very dark, But she got the white hair
I
contrast.
really
No,
want
is
to see
good
this
art.
dragon because I think they'd probably be very colorful.
So I have
some news for you, Omega. Magical Meltdown is not specific to.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. I'm not a gremlin. I'm not gonna run Invoked Dragon Maid.
Why?
I
That
love
sounds
myself.
great. That actually sounds
you don't
great.
even need to
I
run
mean,
the
it is
Invoke.
good, but also I don't want to be normal summoning Alistair. I'm built different. But also,
You don't need
by
to
the
be
way,
normal
if you want,
summoning.
if you want a cheap way to like,
Wait, because they have the elemental coverage, so that's actually pretty good.
yes, no,
Omega.
yeah,
What I'm saying is that the effect that.
yeah, but I'm not gonna run Magical Meltdown just so I can make it so my opponent can't negate my fusion summons. I have other options in Dragon Maid.
Fair enough.
Like Super Poly.
That's also true, yeah. I can just do Super Poly on my turn and pitch cards, or on their turn. Oh, I don't know. What would Chamber's voice be? Because like she looks kind of sweet. I don't know if she would not be like Contralto of Danger.
Is it? maybe
I
it's
think
Slav?
she'd be the RR one.
I can't imagine. I can't. This probably fits more for like an like more fighter type, but like Mizuki Nana maybe, but probably not. I don't know. I'm bad at thinking of voice
But
actors.
then again, I'm not.
I'm just thinking of like voice types. Like Kitchen seemed fairly upbeat. She'd probably be a little more Genki.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Nurse is the RR, Laundry Laundry is a soft stammery one.
Yeah, the
So,
literal. Yeah. Parlor is smug. Kitchen is probably more energetic. Because Chamber's not the boss of the house. But
I mean,
is
I
real
definitely
good.
feel
Chamber
like,
is the quiet, stern one. But,
I feel like Chamber has an Albedo kind of voice, like because like House Dragon Maid has the stern, like just straightforward voice. Out like Chamber seems like the back and forth.
You see,
we
like,
don't know
the-
Dragon form, so we don't know if she actually is just a boss ass bitch.
Yeah.
she
We'll
might
see.
be like the calm, sultry one.
I mean, so I would if they followed the trend, she would be her dragon form would be 2800 and 1800 defense and be level 9. So by the way, Chamber came out later. She is level 4, so she's their first level 4 Dragon Maid. Again, future proofing. Thumbs up. 500 attack only, but 1800 defense.
We haven't gotten to her yet, but one of the fusions has the effect to summon a level 9 or lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand.
Yes.
Meaning that Chamber Dragon Maids with Dragon form should be level 9. Or
But
otherwise,
and the thing is, it has to be different from House herself. So that's why I
Yeah.
also think it should be 9 because it has flow.
Yeah.
But Chamber is fucking nuts. If this card is normal or special summon, add 1 Dragon Maid spell trap from your hand to deck. If you're playing Dragon Maids itself, it's normally your fusion spell because it's really fucking good. But it could be any of them.
or maybe the theoretical field spell that
Yes.
we discussed.
That would also hypothetically be another really good one, yeah. And then at the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand if you do special summon when level 7 or higher. So you can summon 7s or 8s, or again, hypothetical 9s. You can only use each effect once per turn. So yeah, Chamber is really fucking good in this deck because she gives you a spell trap searcher out of the juice.
I've seen someone go from
You
Chamber
do.
into a Darkness Metal
No,
Dragon.
because you need to normal summon. Never mind.
No.
Well, you can't special it, so no, you don't normal or special.
Well, no, I was thinking, hypothesizing Adventure Dragon Maid.
No, these cards generally
but-
normal summon.
Yeah, but I was gonna say you actually need your normal summon real bad. So.
All right,
no.
so here is our oops, no, that's save as, not copy image. There we go. So we're gonna see
Yeah,
our
no,
actual
Should we
boss.
go? We're doing House, correct?
Yeah, I'm pulling up house.
Should we show the fusion as well as Shio, since it does kind of show like the aesthetic of her changing into
Yeah, let's
Shio?
let me pull up Dragon Maid changeover.
Kill someone with her
Angel.
gloves.
You know, weirdly enough, I remember seeing Art of House where her eyes are closed and she has like a stern face. So like,
I think that was a fan art edit.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Definitely not it.
like she has a soft expression, but she is definitely the boss of the house.
Yeah, she is the
yeah. She is the
housemaid,
woman in charge who
aka
probably
the
has to
the
lay
handmaid.
down
reason
the
that, I thought there was art of her as being cold for some reason.
Also, I'm
No,
not
it's
gonna
a
lie. House Dragon Maid has them serial killer eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Dallas, you know what I say to that? Even better.
You might be thinking a bit
no problem.
of Welcome, or not. Of Welcome, where like it's not stern, but she has a serious face on in that card art.
So let me get where
No, the vibe I get from House is I'm going to be nice to you, but if you put anything out of place, I'm going to take your kidneys.
So
Yeah.
here is the
that
fusion
might
spell.
that might be on purpose.
Dragon Maid Changeover. All one word. So, yeah, this is their fusion
Right.
spell. So, you can see House. House is a fusion monster, but she is you know, she's the housemaid. I like. She's light, by the way. So she's got kind of this. Her body has a lot more white in it than say Chamber does, but she also has kind of that light and dark contrast still.
Her dress actually looks more like traditional in a weird
Very
way. if that
traditional.
makes any
Also,
sense.
It's meant to be traditional made, yeah.
You probably already saw this if you looked in the wiki. Have you seen the image they use for House's Wikipedia page?
The trivia is it that she's
Oh
based
no,
on a
it's another
housemaid?
gold. It's another gold.
Oh,
Next
It's
one.
like gold ultimate rare.
Yeah, it's the gold. It's the gold era scan,
it looks like day for night.
which is a little.
It looks like it's covered in a film of feces.
It's a bad scan of the ultimate gold rares. Because in person with the premium gold rares are like actually pretty good because they're literally metallic, like they have metallic borders and lines.
I'm sure they worked out the kinks of gold rares, but
Yeah.
old gold rares.
Oh
look
no,
bad.
yeah, I ordered an old gold rare. Honest, you are absolutely right. It's like it's lightly dusted with shit powder. Like they're shiny and gold,
powder.
but gold brown, and it's just like, okay, this is not good.
Bronzy.
The premium gold rares, their new style of gold rare, like those have a metallic, like they're like laminated. They have metallic edging. They do not photograph well or scan well, it seems. But yeah, so the fusion spell
Ultimate
is
rares in
changeover.
I think it's just ultimate rares in general. It's the fact that ultimate rares have the second layer of foiling that makes it that like because the thing with ultimate rares is that I think the reason they stopped selling them for a while is that it was too easy to scale packs with it because they were noticeably heavier cards.
Yeah, and that's something with the gold rare sets they don't have to worry about because you're guaranteed so many of the premium gold rares in each pack, right? So it's like you can't weigh them; they all contain the same amount.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's why they stopped selling them and why they shifted to making ultimate rares a side pack where you're guaranteed them anyway. Like you said, they're guaranteed them anyway, so you can't weigh them. And there's no point in weighing. There's no point in trying to
the equivalent of ultimate rares in normal sets now is Starlight, which is just like the secret rare effect, but everywhere. Though those are, I own a Starlight rare. I own a Starlight rare Ecclesia actually. They do have kind of that filmy sheen on them, but they're not like significantly heavier. And the other thing is what side
I
sets
like
do.
Starlight rare. Though.
Yeah, Starlights are
I
rad.
think Starlight rares are cool.
The other thing is that side sets do these days is what's called collector's rare, which have like this weird like wavy pattern to them. So they look different. They're literally called collector's rares. They are a trap for investors. I don't think they actually do anything significantly different other than they have a unique pattern, so you know it's a collector's rare.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're NFT rares.
Yeah, kind of. So Dragon Maid Changeover is fusion summon 1 Dragon Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters on your hand or field as fusion material. That's right. Changeover doesn't give a shit about materials or monster target so long as it's a dragon.
You could 5-God Dragon with changeover.
I absolutely, you do run usually at least one copy of 5-God in a Dragon Maid deck, just so if you're like, oh, you've got an open board and I have 5 Dragon Maids, I can end the game right the fuck now.
Yeah,
like,
you
it's not
could just
common,
be that build different.
but it's funny, and I have done it in Master Duel. Now, its other effect is, while this card is in the graveyard, you can target one Dragon Maid monster you control, add this card to your hand, and if you do, return that monster to your hand. You can only use this effective changeover once per turn. So changeover recycles itself and returns one of your monsters from your board to hand.
And if you have House on the field, that triggers her effect.
Yeah, so let's talk about House. Yeah, we might as well just read House's effect, and then I'll grab Shio's art. So House
Dallas is
is
having a fun time.
I think Dallas is like walking or something.
Hello?
Yeah, he's on his phone.
I'm alive.
Bark, bark, dark. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
So House is a level 9 light fusion dragon. 1 Dragon Maid monster plus 1 dragon monster. So they were kind of thinking they'd be splashable. I don't think in now there's not, because they have so much spell trap support and so many main deck monsters. You don't really need any other dragons in them, but you can run a few. DMD is, for instance, fairly common.
I'll say this. This is my least favorite dragon made card in Master Duel.
House?
Yes. Because two houses make a VFD.
Ah, yeah.
I see that in Dragon Link a lot.
That's true. That's true. I usually use the thing to I just go into Shio, and I don't.
Do we need to bring up that we do not condone dragon linking and that it should also?
I mean, I think we all agree that very fun dragons should be very dead.
Let me finish. Like we not condone dragon linking, and they should all burn the deepest of the BA, the deepest.
I really could not care less about dragon link as a deck in Master Duel. And
not very
in
common.
TCG, it's been nerfed to the point where it's not.
Well, they
good,
got rid
so
of
I don't
Striker.
care.
I think the key thing is just very fun dragon is not fun and should never be allowed.
Well,
Yeah, more of the problem
I
is
play good
VFD.
deck.
Remind me, which one was VFD again?
2 level 9s, detach materials. Your opponent does not. Your opponent can't.
So it's very wordy.
Monsters don't happen.
Yeah, its TCG name is True King of All Calamities, but it has VFD in its OCG name, and that's
it's called VFD because the OCG name is VFD, which is a weird biblical reference nonsense bullshit. But
to be fair,
With the Forbidden Chalice once.
to be fair,
Or another time.
fucking VFD was fine for a couple of years because making rank 9s was hard, and then a couple of decks just were like, what if we could just spam rank 9s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we're on another tangent. The thing with the True King monsters, were bad dragon rulers. They were level 9, so you
Well, I want to bring this out. I do think this is funny. It is relevant, kind of, because House was in the original printing of House, and I think she was a little short printed, was in Mystic Fighters. Mystic Fighters also had generators, which also had very high levels. Several of them were 9s, and I think their
I think Jormungandr is a 9, correct?
Yeah. They had a rank 9. So guess what? VFD was printed at a super rare, aka a common in that pack, which is probably why so many people. I'm sorry, I'm boring you, Loth. That's probably why so many people had so many VFDs, because they reprinted it in these sets, but it didn't do anything yet.
Yeah.
But House is semi-generic. Once per turn, during your standby, or during the standby phase. That's right, it's on both standby phases, because fuck you. Your turn, my turn. Target one other dragon-made monster you control. Special summon one dragon-made monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position who is 1 level higher or lower. When another face-up dragon monsters you control returns to the hand, except during the damage step, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. So, House is 3k attack, 2k defense. So basically, when you return to hand, you pop a card. And remember, all the big dragon-made ladies, all the main deck ones, can't be destroyed by card effects while you control a fusion monster. And it has ways for you to get them out. So House is a decent boss monster.
You could say she is a house.
Yeah.
A brick house.
She'll just be standing there menacingly as dragon maids return to your hand.
Now, especially because I see this a lot because she has the special summon art in Master Duel. I think Shio, her dragon form, actually is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I know. Shio's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it because it's an Omni Negate, but it's pretty decent looking.
Well, I mean, we can separate art from effects.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
we can not like how a card works. We can not like how a card works and still accept that this card looks pretty fucking sick.
No, that's true. No. Look. Speaking of earlier, I think True King of All Calamities has great art.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're not. This is not the True King one.
Also,
I mean, I gotta be real. I don't think Shio is a Omni Negate, but it's not only is it a hard once per turn on itself, but also you have to get rid of your Shio to do it. It returns itself to the extra deck.
It's a very baby
It's good, but it's not like Borreload good, right? Or
Borreload.
Dragoon good. Dragoon is like, hey, do you have cards in your hand? Fuck you.
Well, no, I agree with. Well, I think it's better than Appaloosa sometimes.
Probably.
Because sometimes Appaloosa doesn't do shit. I'll be very real.
Yeah. So Shio is big. She is 1 Dragon Maid monster plus 1 level 5 or higher Dragon monster. So again, still generic, but requires big ones. Usually what you do is my most common line to Shio turn 1 is normal Chambre, search changeover, turn changeover plus 1 of my big dragons in hand into Shio, go. Shio it does have 3,500 attack, 2k defense, level 10. During each standby phase, you can special summon 1 level 9 or lower Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard. So this would return you House, but only if you have fusion summoned House correctly. It's a little weird. Yeah. Which is why I think that Chamber's Dragon form would be 9, because that would give you a much more reliable target for Shio. Yep. When an opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy that card. After that, return this card to the extra deck. And if you do, this is very conditional, special summon 1 House Dragon Maid from your extra deck. You can only activate each effect once per turn. So, House doesn't have a, must-be fusioned or anything, but because it doesn't say this counts as a fusion summon, if your Shio is then sacked off for any reason, you cannot get her back from the graveyard. So that special summon effect this one has doesn't work.
Yeah, she was cheated out, but not properly summoned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, there are ways, obviously with, say, Dragon Maid Changeover, you can return her to the hand, a.k.a. return her to the extra deck to put her back, but it's definitely one of those things where it's a little, it's funny, but it's definitely kind of restrictive.
Yeah. And you would definitely have to be very careful about that, because...
Oh, I've absolutely, speaking of Master Duel, I've absolutely fucked myself doing
one
that.
One of those things of similarly, if you Starlight Road out Starlight Stardust Dragon and use his effect, he doesn't come back.
Yeah,
that's it.
Omega, the reason I get annoyed by Shio is not because I think it's absurdly strong or anything. It's just the easiest access Omni Negate for the lowest power level of deck.
I mean, it's true. It does. The thing that it only requires Dragon monsters is that you can obviously, literally in Dragon Maid, you run DMD because, of course, you fucking... Why the fuck do you not run DMD?
You could invocation this in, an Alistair Dragon build.
Which I've seen.
How much
So,
attack?
yeah, there's... It's requirements of, level 5 plus. Now, admittedly, again, super poly. Very funny. If your opponent's playing high-level dragons, you're like, hey, nice DMD, nice Blue Eyes Chaos Max, nerd. Oh, shit, I should do that. That should be my response to Blue Eyes is super poly, and then just be like, nice Chaos Max, bitch. You're not immune from this.
Man, I wish my problems were limited to Chaos Max right now.
No, you're in higher levels than me.
How do I out Shureg and Revolt? I hate that fucking card.
Oh yeah.
You make them Shureg
draw
early,
Feather
and then you
Duster.
cry.
I
Yeah,
just
no.
burned
Twin
the
Twisters
Blue Eyes
Shureg?
Chaos Max player.
But okay, let me see if I can get the card arts for some of these spell traps, because there's a few of them, and they're very interesting because they are, collectives. So, that is fucking tiny, internet.
Tiny.
Which one is this one? Hold on. This one I know has size. But I don't know which card art it is off the top of my head.
What are you looking for?
Just the spell trap arts. So this one is Hospitality, right? I was looking at Dragon Maid Downtime originally because alphabeticals, but it's here. I will show you the image the internet returns for the card art. Tiny baby image. So tiny.
Well, and like I said earlier, like House Dragon. That's tiny. That's tiny.
Yeah, I know. It's so small. I will blow it up, but it gets super pixelated.
It's a
By
dragon.
the way,
made
I want to
for
throw out
eights.
there. Notice Laundry just fucking dead. She's just
Dead? Her soul's leaving her.
She has no energy. She just does laundry and then she's dead.
Just
Yeah,
a soul
she's
rising up.
probably
Downtime and
spends
hospitality,
most
yeah.
of her energy fixing her mistakes.
And you can see the other art. Nurse is helping Laundry because she is too
Exhausted.
she's-
Yeah, she
She's
has
too baby.
too much laundry.
Isn't she the tiniest of them all anyway?
Well,
think so,
Laundry and
yeah.
Nurse are both small, so yeah, I think Laundry is the smallest.
Paul is sneaking.
So I have a
out,
question.
making some food.
I have a question. And so why haven't they released a baby? Because if there's a nursemaid, wouldn't that imply there's a baby being raised?
I mean, there are
Level
questions about the lore of Dragon Maid I don't understand, right? Like,
they
there's
make a
no
level
card
one?
that represents their their house, right? They're just spell traps that interact with
Yeah.
it. There's no card that
the other thing
represents.
is,
I guess is
the
the
other
player
thing-
supposed to be the master of the house, right?
Another spell, send off. It's implied they are like they are bowing towards somebody. So I assume the implication is that the player is the insert for the master.
That's weird. Yeah, well.
I mean, that's
Like
not
what-
that weird.
like what they did
Sometimes
with the
Yu-Gi-Oh
adventure cards.
because remember they're card. It's a card game. There are cards that are like that. Dallas, have you looked at the card art for Rune?
Yeah, no, I know it's not a unique thing. I still think it's a little
like
awkward.
Bruno.
But
You don't like Todd Howard's deck?
I don't do power fantasies. I've said this before. I don't do self inserts.
I wouldn't even say it's a power fantasy.
Or not power fantasy, but self insert. That's the better word. I just don't. I don't get it.
So that is, by
I
the way,
don't
that is
self-insert
send off the card
myself.
that's mentioned before, and then there's 2 more. Can I get all of these in one?
I'm just happy with the dumb joke I made in stream chat.
No, but like, no. The big question though is like, who is nursemaid nursing? Because that means baby.
I mean, it could not
I
because it's
would
just
assume-
Dragon
I
Maid
would
Nurse.
assume,
Like, I know the pun is
medical.
nursemaid, but it might not actually be that way. But
Okay.
yes, at the very least, there is a healthcare professional on staff, and there's no.
I mean, like it doesn't literally mean that there is a baby being raised. It could just mean that, like I said, there is someone who fixes boo-boos.
And isn't that it, Dallas? Isn't that mostly wet nurse?
No, nursemaid is the other term for it.
Okay.
You know, I just noticed a
I
weird
mean,
thing.
yeah,
that, like,
but
send-off
I don't
is-
think it's intending to be.
It's
in-
probably not literally a nursemaid, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
just-
what I
it's the pun.
immediately went
It's
to. Is
every
like,
name
wait,
that has
one's a
nurse in it,
nursemaid.
Yeah.
I
This is tidying, by the way.
can see
You
when
tell this
I can
later.
see what card was made newer.
Yes,
Also,
that's what I
send off
gotta
is
say.
not send off is not future proof. Sadly.
And then the last one, let me see if I can get a good art of it up.
Yeah,
is,
that's chamber.
This is another funny one.
It's laundry trying to take the sheets off the bed.
Dragon Maid Welcome, which is just, come out, my dragons!
Attack my minions.
Become the
Make
5
my
god dragon.
monsters roll.
Now, if only we could get
so
chambers,
yeah,
right?
Oh no, you can see nurse's
We don't-
head kitchen snips.
Oh, my Master Duel music is in.
Oh yeah, actually, that's funny. Like let me check.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this was the OCG art or not, if they censored it, but yeah.
I'm gonna check Dragon Maid send off and see if they actually edited out her nipples, her nipple
They
button.
probably didn't, because Konami's lazy like that.
I mean, I literally brought this up on my stream today
the buttons
with
are there.
Dinomorphia. They censored the Dinomorphia fusion lady. Her boobs are reduced in the TCG, but there's a
No.
trap card of an
I'm-
action shot of her where she's like
I'm looking at
leaning
the
over.
English version. She has like the bottom buttons, but she has not the buttons on her
okay,
breast.
so I just grabbed the OCG art anyway. But yeah, so you can see
Yeah,
like
so-
tidying, downtime, hospitality, and welcome, and then send off. So like, it's got the whole like everything in there.
Chambers and only one of them.
Well, yeah, it's because tidying came out later.
Yes.
Tidying, by the way, is also usually that's the splash in other decks. Target one
yeah,
dragon
it's like
monster you control, one
tidying,
monster your opponent
changeover,
controls.
chamber, and the house, pretty much.
Yeah,
And Chio.
So, tidying lets you target one dragon monster you control, one card your opponent controls, or in their graveyard, you return all those cards to the hand, and then you can banish it from your graveyard to special summon a Dragon Maid.
Because as has been proven in a lot of things, people will splash a lot of silly shit for an Omni negate.
Yeah.
By the
send
way,
off-
is when they're in what is it, welcome or whichever one it is, where they're all bowing, is Laundry's eyes open? I can't quite tell.
No, everybody's eyes are closed. Just some of them have their
okay.
eyes drawn a little thicker.
Her eyelashes look so thick. I thought her eyes were open.
I think it's because she's the dork. She's the dorky one. They
I
have
just
the
noticed, and
squishy
I think
eyes.
the maids have like colored beds to fit the.
Yes, they do. That's the thing in downtime. Send off is target a Dragon Maid monster you control, summon a Dragon Maid from your hand with a different name in defense position, and if you do, return that targeted monster to your hand, so you get it. It's a send off. You swap. That
yeah,
special summon
of course
monster
it is
can't be
that.
destroyed by battle or card effects until the end of the next turn. So send off lets you do hot swaps in an emergency and protects you if your opponent gets any funny ideas. And then downtime is a continuous trap. Target one Dragon Maid monster you control, then activate one of these effects. Return it to the hand, and then add a Dragon Maid card from your deck, except downtime. So downtime was the searcher before, and you can see why they made Chamber, because it was a continuous trap. It's a slow-ass searcher.
Yeah.
Or you can, its second effect is the better one. You can return it to the hand and then target one spell trap your opponent controls and return it to the hand. So,
I mean,
hey, your
it's
opponent
definitely
plays
still
skill
worth
drain,
playing
just be like,
for the versatility.
yeah. But the search effect was definitely kind of slow. Welcome is also pretty spiced. All monsters you control is a continuous spell. All monsters you control gain 100 attack defense for each Dragon Maid monster you control. If you control 2 or more Dragon Maid monsters, you can target one Dragon Maid card in your graveyard, accept Welcome, add it to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, your opponent can't target Dragon Maid monsters you control with card effects this turn. So it's got kind of protection. It lets you recover if you have multiples, and also, again, these monsters are pretty big already. It lets you modulate attack even more. Because if you can actually, like, organize where you, like, flood the board with, like, every Dragon Maid, they get pretty beefy.
Yep.
They are to the
Yeah,
beef.
no, I will say here that it is surprising how much of a difference 600 attack points will make when you're playing the Element Saber Field spell.
I will say it's a big deal when you're playing S-Force too.
Yeah, no, and or also Charmers. Charmers have a trap or spell that's like this.
Pendulums. They've got Soul Pendulum graph.
There's also a couple Pendulum monsters that there's the Pendulum monster they put in the Charmer deck.
Like,
too.
hey, if you have a 2,500 attack monster and you're trying to beat a 3,000 attack monster, 600
that
points
might
makes the
actually
day,
not beat.
And again,
well,
and I would like to remind you, Shio, who is but easy to make in this deck, is already quite large. She's 3,500. So
yeah.
It requires optimal hand placement, but if you get good hands and you have a lot of searchers, Dragon Maids can get very big.
Yeah.
They're kind of a control deck, but they really love the battle phase, so they do have some big bunguses. Like, most of the time my opponent doesn't surrender. Like, sometimes I Shio negate and my opponent's like, oh, you had an Omni negate. I had one move this turn. That was it. I die.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's just a thing with a lot of decks where
Does it just
sometimes
negate
they
or
get
does it negate and
negate.
destroy?
It does
I
destroy.
forget.
It's better than Ash. It's a negate and destroy.
Yeah, like no, like against my Spiral deck, I don't have a lot that can deal with something that big.
Yeah, but also just Dragon Maids are big. Like, most of the games I won in Master Duel was I stopped my opponent's one play. They, like, go for a less optimal play that can't get over House or Shio or whatever, and then it's just like, okay, I'm just going to summon some very large dragon ladies, and I'm going to kill you now. Bye. What's that? You're going to try and activate Torrential? No.
No, don't do that.
I feel like the
Mirror Force?
only failing of Dragon Maid is a lot of the pilots don't know which card to Shio.
Yes, no, I had to learn that, but yeah, it's one of those things where, like, when you have an Omni Negate that's a quick effect, you have to pick it carefully. It's like knowing when to ash your opponent.
That's what I love about my Adagnister deck is I can always bait out the Omni Negate with my field spell because they're like, oh, your field spell is really important. I negate and destroy it. You can't do anything. I have 8 cards that hurt my field spell.
My favorite thing ever is watching someone fucking share my Scrap Iron Scarecrow. It's like, that? Really?
Buttons turbo, everybody.
Sometimes they have to because they just don't have something in deck to deal with it.
A lot of people just have the neuron activation of, oh, I want to negate. I must hit negate.
Yeah. Master Duel players have a real buttons turbo problem.
Oh, yeah. Half the time, I don't believe players are actually just getting beat by meta. I feel like the players are getting beaten by themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dragon Maid is pretty interesting. I suspect the reason why they haven't given them more support is because, like I said, like, variants of this are meta in Japan. And especially, also, like I said, there is because they're both fusion archetypes, there is a Luna Light Dragon Maid hybrid that was meta, like, early last year, I think, in the OCG.
Yeah, also similar to Warriors, Konami has to be very careful with dragons because dragon generic good stuff is a deck similar to Warrior generic good stuff.
Well,
yeah,
it's
called Dragon Link.
Yeah, that is just Dragon Link is Link era Dragon good stuff. So yeah, they have to be careful. But as you can see, there are a couple of opportunities which you could very easily archetype lock that would give Dragon Maid some wiggle room, like Chamber.
Yeah.
They will probably eventually release Chamber's Dragon form. It'll probably be a fucking secret rare in America because Konami hates me specifically.
Rare for no reason.
Like in
Japan,
the OCG, it'll be
rarities.
just a super rare, and then
No, Omega, it will have 8 different rarities.
Well, that's also
That
true.
is
That is
the
the
OCG
OCG's
part.
problem.
In the same pack.
Yeah, the OCG loves printing one card at like 7 rarities.
Which, by the way, I don't, especially because the sets are smaller in the OCG. Like, we beef them up over here with like imports and shit, and original world premiere cards. I don't know what that does to your pull ratio. Like, I know it makes buying singles cheaper, but like, how does that work?
I feel like if I were to look up the formula for rarity distribution in the OCG, it'd be like a fucking trigonometry equation.
Well, the other thing is too, we're way off topic, but
we're done.
I guess
this is it.
Vaguely...
We're post game carnage.
Yeah, but not only that, I believe the OCG packs are still 5 cards in a pack for some reason.
Yes, they're 5-card packs, and they're like almost always exactly. Is it exactly 60 or exactly 100? I think it's 60.
Like,
smaller.
Like for a while, like the mid-late DM era packs that were like 60 cards was...
Yeah, and also early GX. That's when in Prague we died. Like that, guys. I want to give you a tip if you've never looked this up. This is why GX sets I think are quote unquote bad, and most of them are awful. They're smaller. They're literally smaller. They have less cards in them. Whereas the first
What's funny about that
4
is
or 5 DM era sets are huge because there's several sets at once, right?
Well, like the interesting thing is about it.
Anyway, do we have
in a draft format,
or are we just kind of faffing at this point?
I think we're faffing right now.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, if anybody needs to go,
I do need
okay,
to step
that's
away
okay.
now.
You can step away. We're in the, like I said, post game carnage. We've talked about Dragon Maiden Live Twin. It was a good.
Yeah, those sets also made it to the point where it was hard to not pull all the commons and rares unless you were exactly me with Chaos Source.
That wasn't the GX era yet, because I think that stopped literally at the start of the GX era.
There may have been like 1 or 2 GX sets that did it, but they went back to they realized that it was bad.
So Invasion of Chaos in America was 112 cards. So that was why you missed Chaos Orc. That was still a big set. Whereas
it was? I thought it was a smaller set.
No, the first run of DM era sets is bigger. And then once we get to, let me actually check like Lost Millennium, which may actually be when they started. If not, it was probably Cybernetic Revolution. I can't spell Millennium. There we go. The Lost Millennium.
Yeah.
The TCG set was 60 cards. So when they went to GX era, they switched back to 60 card sets and ultimate rares. So
the GX era didn't start till Lost Millennium.
Dallas again, literally the set I just mentioned.
Well, no, because it started at Soul of the Duelist. It went from Soul of the Duelist until Lost Millennium.
That's still what
like 2
Omega
sets.
said.
I cut out a lot.
Yeah, it's because you're on your phone.
Well, no, it was Soul of the Duelist, Rise of Destiny, Flaming Eternity, and Lost Millennium.
That's okay.
No, Dallas. The 60 card thing goes on for a while past that.
Wait, Cybernetic Revolution 60 cards?
Yes. And
I did not know
that. Is Elemental Energy.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna guess it goes till the
it
Darkness.
It goes to 85, technically, I think, in the GX era sets, but they're still smaller.
Yeah, they're smaller, but they're not 60. The 60 card thing was just that little period.
I will double check the master sets.
Let's
No, they were all. I think they were all 85 in the master set version. It's a little hard to tell. Once again, the Yu-Gi-Oh wiki not written for humans to comprehend.
I don't know who writes this.
So it says the Japanese version contains 60 cards in total, or 71 in the master set. What does that mean? The number of unique cards that includes the unique rarity. So no, they were actually, Dallas, they were 60 card sets. The 85 is including the ultimate rare versions because fuck you. So no, they were 60 card sets for a long time.
Okay, but I don't think I would argue that most of the GX sets aren't bad. I will actually defer to what MBT has been saying on History of Jank. These aren't bad decks. These are decks that are not as good as Dark Arm Dragon.
Well, that's the like the late half of GX is like that, yes, as we saw in our own. But we're still, Cyberdark Impact is 60. Strike of Neos is probably 60.
69.
69.
Oh yeah,
nice.
But yeah, I mean, like MBT said, it's not that the decks they're playing at the current state they are were bad decks or janky decks. It's just that Dark Arm Dragon had such a hold on the format for so long.
Yeah, because it did that even into early 5Ds. Like, it was just Caladan.
because of Teledad, but it was to the point where it like if you could not summon Dad, your deck was bad.
And then Tactile Avalanche just jumped to 90.
Yeah, well, no, it was you were playing exactly Dad or Gladbeast. That was the only decks.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
and
the idea with Gladbeast was it was an anti-dad choice.
Right, minus the ultimate verse less. Yeah.
But still, yeah, it's.
Well,
it's
I'm trying to remember because like the Dad era, possibly could have killed Yu-Gi-Oh. The wind up hand loop I think is the state that almost actually killed Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, the only I'll say this right now. The only reason that the Dad arc didn't kill Yu-Gi-Oh is because no viable competitors had been released at the time. Like
yeah,
it was literally just Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic.
The reason why, at least according to people who were in that era or who researched, because I wasn't. This was when I was out of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I wasn't collecting it as a kid, and I wasn't yet an adult.
I was never playing competitively, but I was aware of what was happening competitively.
I was a casualty of the Dad era. I'll say that.
But the wind-up era was a concern for the game because that Card Fight Vanguard, I think.
Yes, Card Fight Vanguard.
One of the Vanguard
games. Which was Duel Masters 2, I think, isn't it?
No, Duel Masters was way earlier than that. That died.
No. What I'm saying was, it's like Card Fighter or Kaijudo or some bullshit where they took Duel Masters and just made it again.
Oh, you know, they made Duel Masters, but they fixed all the bad parts of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this Vanguard came out around the wind-up hand loop time. What's up, X?
But my problem is, like, I always try to get into Vanguard, but there's no digital way of playing it, so I have no idea how to test it.
I personally think Vanguard is bad.
Here's the thing. You guys have a good one.
When I got kicked out of Yu-Gi-Oh because of Dad format, I went to the other card game Monolith. I just went to Magic.
Which, let me actually check what date April 1st is.
Oh, I also know why people didn't switch over to Magic, because at the exact same time Dad format was going on, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic also had an absolute shit format, because I think that was mirrored in format, which was awful.
Damn. April 1st is on like a Friday. That's going to be funny for us.
So they were just like, we're not losing to Magic because Magic's also fucking up.
I wanted to do for an April Fool's stream if it was timely, but we might do it anyway, but it won't be timely. I wanted to do Fail Portrayal, but Magic.
Oh, I have some arts.
That's what I like. I know Dallas has some in his pocket.
Like,
we might still do
a specific like set or what?
I don't know.
No,
I
it
would
should just be like
Dallas.
the dumb like. There's so many bad Magic arts.
Alex,
well,
you want to make a folder
we've talked
of
about
them.
this before with Magic. Magic is so goddamn old. Like, they have years of their old art, which is like just not as well curated as their modern art. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has some old jank art, but they moved out of that faster because they had less time.
So Magic was is very American in the way they did this, where a bunch of early Magic art is literally done by the creators' struggling artist friends and other people in their circles.
Yes, that is incredibly American, yeah.
So they're just not calmly curated, and the styles veer wildly.
I think the one thing
it's basically like, hey, I'll give you an art credit and like a donut. Can you draw this art for me? Yes.
The problem is though is they at least credit their artists.
I mean, they do. No, but like I think most people in America agree that Konami should credit their artists, but
I would like to know who made certain card arts.
I mean, I think some of it you can look up, but like,
it's that thing of like I think the artists are, because like some of the Magic art, even though a lot of it is derpy, and if we do a failed Portrayal Magic, we will get to that. A lot of Magic art is goddamn beautiful, and so I'm glad that I can look up. Oh, hey, this artist is amazing. What else have they done? And inevitably, it's a failed video game concept art.
But yeah, I mean, just in a general sense, Yu-Gi-Oh has had a handful of lows, but but thankfully I don't know, it's never been at a point where it has died. Like there have been low points, but it's never.
And I think the thing that keeps Yu-Gi-Oh alive is it has they keep going back to this. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh has the built-in nostalgia buy-in. Also, it's you can say this is for better or worse. I like this about Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is different because it no longer anyway tries to copy Magic the Gathering, so it doesn't have like the Magic style resource system. That a lot of games have.
I think that's actually good. Like, because I love Magic, but I hate how many card games try and copy Magic.
Yeah, too many card games go, what's successful? Magic? Okay, we're going to build a resource ramp system.
Because you're not going to make a better card game. I'm sorry, you're just not.
I have one other card game, and this is vaguely relevant because I was familiar with this card, never played it, but MBT discussed it a lot. Force of Will, which came out in the like 2015 or something like that. Force of Will was a weird game where it crashed and burned mainly because its art style was too horny.
That is a lot of Japanese and Korean card games. It's like, too horny. No sell.
But honestly, here's the thing. I also, you know what killed those games? The gacha game model, because that's just card games but better, because it's on a service platform and it's way easier for you to handle.
This was trying to mention from the stream. So this is something I only heard from the stream, but another thing that killed the Force of Will thing, which is very funny, was for the first like world, like the YCS, the world's client. They flew everyone out to Japan, blah blah blah, had the tournament, and in finals, an incorrect ruling was made that cost the player the game. And it was only until after the game, and nothing was done about it. It was like, oh well, shit happens.
Right.
When
that
cost him first place, the prize, everything.
Oh yeah.
But they did nothing. They did nothing to everyone was still there. They could have just replayed the game, but they decided not to and just let it stay how it was, which had huge blowback from the player base because it shows a uncaringness.
There was a certain lack of giving a shit.
Yeah.
God,
and
sorry.
The game that I played, Dragon Ball Super Card, I played that in a small section where I was taking a hiatus from Yu-Gi-Oh because of the early Link era, where it was just disgusting.
MR4 I think was another checkout for people. People like rolled back. But
I would also argue
MR5 and then just
I mean, this is a conspiracy theory. I have a feeling early 2020 would have been a checkout period if it wasn't exactly for the pandemic.
Well, so I think it has ebbs and flows, right? Like, on the one hand, COVID format, as they call it, is like so weird because there were no events, so the competitive engine couldn't go, and that actually has upset a lot of people because they don't get to go to locals for years and hang out and do local stuff.
Not to mention they just couldn't really ban, even though they knew cards were problems in the format, they couldn't really ban anything because there are no official tournaments. So in a technical sense, people were not playing these cards officially.
Yeah.
So that if they ban these cards before there's a chance for people to play them.
However, I will say, Dallas, I think you are correct. Because the other thing the pandemic did though was it juiced up everybody's hobbyism, right? Everybody was like, "Fuck, I need something to do with my time. I'm not at work 9 to 5." And then there
Magic
was
was also
as MBT and lots of other people joked about your stimmy money.
It's really interesting, and I want some YouTuber that's better than me at things like this to do a documentary about because Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh were both in a not great place.
I think
and then the pandemic hit, and their sales
because of investor nerds and other shit like Jake Paul. I think Pokemon was actually overtaking us.
Well, but Pokemon was overtaking the and the same reason and the same reason Beanie Babies and shit. It's all that.
The weird stepchild of the three games because
Alex, can I just say, you are really popping into existence. What is going on?
Sorry, internet.
You're just leaving the chat.
He temporarily jumped between cell towers.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is Pokemon is the weird stepchild of them because the competitive scene of Pokemon card games has never been very popular, and even during the pandemic it wasn't. But the collector side of it is gigantic.
Yeah, and I always remember. I know it never got to the heights of Magic's high level purchases. The expensive Magic cards are ludicrously expensive.
Even
until I think Dad format, Pokemon was the the OG Holo Charizard was that's an $120 card. Like Pokemon was already that up there, and then
I completely forgot about it, but I did also try to play the Pokemon card game for like 2 weeks.
It's really bad.
Yeah,
I used to collect
game.
both, and I dropped Pokemon because it's okay, but it does its resource ramp in a different way, but it's very resource rampy. Like you need energies, and then you need.
It was something where the card shop that was by my house that I went to a lot did not really host Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, and I was already kind of tuned in on Yu-Gi-Oh at the point because it was early Link era. So I was like, I'll try Pokemon. Bought a structure deck, look at the cards. I'm like, okay, I can see how this deck game plays. And then I was just kind of like, this game sucks.
I will say, I think there is one thing that Pokemon does better than Yu-Gi-Oh right now is because I think they've realized that people are more into the social collecting trading aspect, right? They've always been a trading card game. Their special holo foils and stuff are better than I would say Yu-Gi-Oh some of the times because they do shit like full arts, and they do these really interesting and really nice looking rainbow holos.
I don't know why Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't do extended arts. That's the one that I'm like, because even Magic does extended arts.
Shit, dude.
Because the amount of cards that they have to put on.
The Legend of the Five Rings living card game, which is no longer being continued. It's still in print, but they're not adding new sets. I'd love to do a dumb show about that sometime because they've got a multiplayer format that's kind of wild. But that's a different conversation. I'd have to learn it myself because I'm only familiar with the basic rules. But even they have full art, alternate arts and shit, and Yu-Gi-Oh just has never bothered. Even though that's the anime card format is literally zero card text. Oops, all card art, right? I don't think even as a non-playable card they've tried to print the extended arts, right?
You couldn't just do collector pieces where it's the card and then the back is the effect.
I don't know, but and then like I said, they also have the golds and the rainbow effects and other shit, and I'm just like, Yu-Gi-Oh could be a little more adventurous. I don't want them to go too ham.
Magic is the least adventurous of the three because they literally have foils, extended arts, and that's it. But the thing I think Magic does better than the other three is their competitive events are insanely high budget.
Well, yeah, Magic and I think honestly that's an issue of A, longevity, and B, when Kazuki Takahashi signed away the rights, he was very insistent because he was in his mind he wrote a manga for children.
Does not want money prizing in Yu-Gi-Oh, and he will never give that up.
Yeah,
it reminds me of when I think MBT brought up where it's a person just won the Digimon card game, and actually I looked at it that's not actually that bad design wise, but that's a separate thing.
About it, but
where the guy just won won $800 for first place and just moved on.
I mean, technically, you don't get real money prizes, but you get OTS packs that include ultimate rares and shit in Yu-Gi-Oh, so you can very easily liquidate your winnings in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, you win things you can sell for money, but you do not win hard cash.
Yeah, that's just all hoops. He's probably changing now.
Maybe he might be back in his desk.
Shambler.
Shit.
He got someone thugged.
Dallas is role playing a DD monster that constantly it's a different dimension guide who when he eventually comes back next turn.
Yeah.
How long is a turn in anime time?
It really depends on the
about
turn.
20 minutes.
Yes, they do occasionally do field dividers, but not very commonly. And they do mats and sleeves, and the OCG does slightly more mats and sleeves than we do. Though we do still have some good ones. Like I said, there's an I showed them off on a stream once. There's some E-Hero merch coming out in Q2 that I'm gonna be all over. And yes, you already have seen I simped for the Masquerena portfolio and mat.
I think her Cyberbreaker art's pretty good.
I mean, y'all should know what I'm about. The three official Yu-Gi-Oh mats that I own, which again they're very nice. They're soft rubber with a felt cover.
You can totally do a remote duel with it.
Yeah, but they're nice in general.
Remote YCSs are hilarious.
But the three I own are Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, IP Masquerena and the 3 Egyptian God card one they put out. Hey guys, can you tell what I'm about?
Slifer the super executive.
Horny Egyptians?
Well, I do have some fan art. No, it's that nostalgia thing I keep talking about. Like, I remember the old school anime, and I remember the good seasons.
You mean the weird one?
That's debatable.
No, the good seasons. Battle City.
Sure.
I mean, the first half of Dynasty never saw it.
I'll see.
Omega is browsing Twitter while streaming. So unprofessional.
Bell
I'll give you
City.
Battle
Aren't we all?
I will give you no other Duel Master seasons, though.
And then the last one.
Speak for yourself. I'm not streaming.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, yeah, I tabbed over while you guys were talking about something. Like you're making the jokes about Dallas.
That's very basic looking art.
That's
That's all I can say about it.
Like some guy retweeted.
Yes, but you're also retweeting those things, so.
I'm not the one streaming.
But you're on
Eh.
the stream. Anyway. But yeah, Dallas I don't think knows because he was on his mobile. But I've had I searched dumbest Magic the Gathering card art and I pulled up Unholy Strength and have just had it
Yeah,
on
that's
screen
not
the entire
even.
time.
I'll say this, Omega. That's not even the top 10.
That was like that very.
Oh no, I
it's
agree.
basic.
It's not the derpiest, but like it was recommended as one of the ones, and I'm like, I remember this joke. Yes, it is kind of blair.
I'll give you a better one.
Sure, go for it.
Like-
Yeah, I have seen this one as well.
I mean, it's just a silhouette. It's what it is.
But it's a derpy silhouette. Also, God, look how fucking minimalist old school Magic cards are, right? Like it's
Again, no
just
budget.
it's just text box, a couple of symbols, and the name, and then you've got like the text, right? That's just not even in a box. It just says in the border, instant enchant creature.
Hey Omega, want to see a card we can't put on stream?
Is it one of the banned Magic ones?
Maybe.
Is it
Sorry.
Jihad?
I know those ones, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can put Invoked Prejudice on stream. Wizards of the Coast guy might get mad, but I don't know if YouTube cares. But like
It's just
again,
the KKK.
well, no, it isn't. They're in black hoods. I think the colors are weird. In Invoked Prejudice.
It's very like
God,
you know,
the
symbology.
fucking
It's more
ages.
symbology
Copyrighted
than
1994. I was 2 at best when
I
this
wasn't
card was
born yet.
printed. Yeah, you didn't exist, motherfucker.
Give me like another 4.5 years.
Like, again, this is what I talk about. Magic is old
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Well,
some-
in terms of hobbies, right?
What's funny about Magic the Gathering is that it had the very same issues as Yu-Gi-Oh when it first started, which is as most card games go, where they don't know what the fuck they're doing with card text. So they just make cards that say words.
Yeah, I'm a. This is another reason, by the way, why I wanted to do that jokey fail portrayal. I'm a huge fan of the series that Dual Logs has been doing lately, where he reviews Magic cards and tries to guess if they're good or not. I love these conversations because he normally plays Yu-Gi-Oh mostly. So like the striking difference between what makes a card busted in Magic and busted in Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Is
it's
it's very different, but also very similar.
Right though.
Yeah.
That card is so dumb.
But like there's a lot of really interesting old jank cards. Like one of them was Fallen Star, which was not a joke card, but it required you to hold the card at least a foot over the table, flip it. It has to end over end at least once, and then if it lands on any target creature, that creature takes 3 damage.
Do you know the story about that card?
No, I don't know about a particular story. I just know
There's
that
a very famous story about this in Magic, and it actually caused a lot of rulings issues. So a guy brought a 61 card deck, which is legal.
Yeah.
And he had Falling Star in it. And what he did was when he drew Falling Star and played it, he took the card, held it above his head, and tore it up into tiny pieces.
Oh, with
and
the
threw
confetti
it across
attack.
his opponent's board.
Oh,
confetti
yeah,
attack.
yeah,
There's like,
right,
the-
because that's the origin of one of the joke cards they made later.
Yeah, like
Yes.
it's like because it's a weird card because like, did you already explain what the card does, Dallas?
Yeah.
I was zoned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said what it
Yeah.
did, what Fallen Star did.
Yeah, like it's one of those cards that just in early days of Magic the Gathering, you could do that and people could be like, I guess that's legal.
I
The card
there's
says it.
still the thing about it literally put a rule in the Magic book, which I believe is still there, of
Can't damage your
one
cards.
cannot destroy their own TCG cards in the course of the tournament.
What about your opponents? Can your opponents reach up these cards?
I think that was already implied.
That was already
You can't tamper.
Okay.
With the card, you just eat it. You didn't play that card.
I mean, I have seen people when VFD got banned. There were so many great memes about it. Some people ate it. Some people burned it. Some people gave it a little Viking funeral. Like, no, like, so yeah, I would not be shocked if at least one person hasn't tried to like
cheap right
see
now?
a card. I don't know. Let me check.
Because maybe how cheap? Actually, here's a dumb question. Is how expensive is Virtual World?
Like in Master Duel?
I meant in paper.
Yes, Axe, you have a good guess. True King of All Calamities, both the super rare from oh god, it's a super rare. Fuck me. From Maximum Crisis and the super rare from Mystic Fighters are both sub $1 cards. They cost you several quarters.
That's why you can eat them and not feel bad. It's just
and not only that though, like even when VFD was legal, it wasn't expensive because he had 1 billion printings. He was probably got $5.
Well, he had like 2 printings, but they were both supers, and one of them was one of them is in the post foil in every pack era, and the other was in an all foil set. So it was basically like he was a common.
Well, like he was probably still like a $5 card, but that's nothing for a joke.
And then market high to low Virtual World. Virtual World's not bad. I'm not seeing any core cards that are.
I mean,
over,
I'd have
like,
to learn it
$3.
because it's like I feel like if I made Virtual on paper, I'd actually win games. Unlike an S-Force where if I don't know how to do the combo perfectly, I'm fucked.
There's apparently a card in Magic that makes you play a sub game.
Yes, Scheherazade. Well,
again,
Axe, you'll be
another
happy.
ancient card like Reverse Trap.
You know what also is dirt cheap? S-Force. If you ever want to own your secret rare Rapachiyomarus, they're like prices listed as low as 72 cents.
This one, not a sub.
They made another sub game card. Because I know the Scheherazade one is famous. That card is not allowed anymore.
This Raging River is a different.
Left pile and a right pile. Then for each second creature you control, choose left or right. The creature can't be blocked. Oh, okay. So you basically make 2 battle phases. I see.
It's very weird. I'm just
Does
like,
anyone want to know weird Yu-Gi-Oh TCG prices currently?
Is Raging River on? We can read this card's effect, and if this isn't already on the screen.
Let me.
Mega, how expensive is S-Force Justify, Access Code, and Masquerena?
Oh, Access Code is still like a $20 card.
Oh, fuck,
Access Code is a generic.
I know. But I need at least. How much is Justify? Because I need at least 2 of those. So.
Nothing basically. Justify $37. Market price is 76 cents.
Yeah,
perfect.
You can buy any card that says S-Force. You can buy it cheap. Oh my god, Battle of Chaos just came out. The super rare S-Force retroactive. It's already 10 cents, literal pennies.
Perfect. It means I can make this deck for cheap and just have it anyway.
Yes, correct. It is not a good deck in meta terms, so nobody.
I hate it. I hate that it's not because I love the cards.
Yes, I understand X so much. We all know.
So Raging River.
My card is protection, I guess somebody has a leg up.
I should bump this up a little.
This card is very tiny. This card is very tiny, but
it's because the database was tiny. But I'll double it.
Each defending player divides all creatures without flying they control into a left pile and a right pile. Then, for each second creature you control, choose left or right. That creature cannot be blocked. So a creature with flying, a creature's in a pile with the chosen label. So basically, with Raging River, the idea is you create 2 separate sections of the battle that are happening.
I assume, I don't know for sure, but correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Martha asked a question about an illegal block. Because of monster keywords like flying and like protection, there are technically monsters that you cannot. Certain monsters cannot block other monsters. So
a creature without flying cannot block a creature with flying, unless they have. Unless they have reach.
I can't even read the name of this card. Borrow's Path. Okay, got it. So you cannot.
Are Sliver decks still legal? Play.
Yeah, Sliver.
By the way, I found a funny Yu-Gi-Oh card I want to look up. I'm going to look up the price of Warrock Mountain.
Apocalypse.
$2.75, everybody.
What? Who fucking would pay more than 50 cents for that?
Marfa. The answer is Marfa.
They have a
But
secret
Marfa
card just
just-
to say.
Well,
It's
so
not like
the,
representation.
God bless
Whole
TCG
life
Player. It has up to a year in retrospect. So a year ago, roughly, its maximum price was $5. For some reason, about 3 months ago, actually no, last month, it went up because it says 1. It went up to $3.50, and now it is back in the toilet. $2.
Who's playing War Rocks?
There was probably some weird investor nerd was like, more War Rock support, more Warrior support coming out. Buy Mountain.
I mean,
I love the implication of this card. Martha's posted an Apocalypse Chime, where it basically says it just says every card in the set this card is from dies.
This is like.
Oh yeah.
we
Also,
know
just to bring it up.
set is terrible,
So Dallas brought up a
kill
card
it.
called Scrambleverse.
Yeah, I put it on
That was
screen.
how does that go?
For each non-land permanent, choose a player at random. Then
How is it-
each
okay.
player gains control of each permanent for which he or she was chosen. Untap those permanents.
How does this work in a 4-player game?
You just roll a dice.
Yeah, you randomize
Okay.
it.
I mean,
yeah, dice.
Nice. That sounds awfully painful.
yeah, it's
Commander
very
is
slow.
wild. It's an interesting
But
format.
it's
By the
an
way,
8-mana
guys,
card,
I
which
didn't know
means it's
this
a
because I didn't know much
card.
about Magic. I want to throw this out there. We talk about on Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Smaller decks better, all that stuff. I didn't know that Commander was like exactly 100 cards, and I'm just like, that's too many fucking cards. How do you get anything done? I mean,
Commander is not
Magic has a
100
lot of
Yeah.
tutoring.
Commander is also Highlander. You can only have
Yes,
one.
it's
of each card.
100 singleton.
That
Obviously,
sounds
except for
insane.
basic lands, I believe. But like, obviously, Magic has a lot more tutoring. Literally, that's where the name Tutor comes from. Is demonic
Yeah,
tutor.
demonic tutor.
Yeah.
But the other thing about Highlander or Commander,
Yeah.
is that you can only play cards of the same color as your commander.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of cards though.
Well-
there's a lot of fucking cards.
Oh, yeah,
And the commander
this
has
was
to be a
explained-
legendary monster.
Yeah,
I
legendary,
believe.
or it has a rule that says you can use it as a commander. But this was explained to Duologs in his recent video because he specifically reviewed cards in Commander. It's mana colors that are on the card, not just its card cost, but if it also involves specifically spending other mana, other colors for cost, you can also use those colors. It's anything that appears in the body somewhere.
Yeah. So fucking. I played Magic for a while, but it's been forever.
I
Yeah.
have casually played Magic a couple of times. I don't know if my brain is good at it, but I understand it. It's an interesting one.
Yo, is that colorless fire? Wait, why is the fire gray? Why is the mountain mana gray?
You mean
I'm
colorless?
trying to understand how this effect works. I don't kind of. I'm
Well,
trying to process.
I mean, it's like this
Oh,
card's
by the way,
colorless,
I
but
forgot
it
to
has a-
mention. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna pull up this image because somebody posted it. Because there's another like Yu-Gi-Oh's doing another one of them weird sets about the anime stuff. So let me see if this is framed
Right.
correctly.
Oh yeah. someone-
Wake up,
right
your
there.
E-Hero, which is a reference to the ending of GX. I believe the second ending, which was sung by Jaden's Japanese VA, who was also a rock star.
Yeah, of course.
I just noticed.
So,
it's
wake
literally-
up
oh my
your
god, they're
elemental
really
hero.
making it.
one
Oh,
hero
Utopia
plus-
Rising.
plus
and
one
fucking
plus
Brave
warrior
Fleet.
monster.
Yes.
Gains 300 attack for each material used. Make number of attacks for each material used.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, guys.
That monster. If you do,
Uh,
it has Flame Wingman's effect.
Yes.
It-
By the
it
way,
gets a billion
Wingman is an
attacks.
archetype now. Because there's a shining Neos guy who's a fusion of Neos plus one Wingman monster.
Hey guys, I think there's a card Lawful want to see because they just made Yu-Gi-Oh a card that has Supreme King support.
Yeah, no shit. It's the History Chronicle. I haven't seen this Greatest Duelist either, but this is fucking weird. I'm gonna show this one next.
Well, this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent. You can add one Supreme Dragon monster, one Supreme King Gate monster, or one Supreme King Soul from your
Yeah,
deck.
this card, it just makes me upset.
Which
Wake up
one?
your E. I don't like this card. Get it out of here.
That's okay.
do I
I've
do
moved it.
something?
I have instead shown you
Perform a
Performapal
Pal
Greatest Duelist.
Greatest duel.
It's
One for
literally the
turns,
guy.
30 minutes.
They're
Monster
literally
Mash.
turning the people into buzzers now.
Well,
just
yeah,
fuck
they've
our
done that for a
remake.
while.
Pokemon's gonna make sure
Yeah.
about that battle. Also about them just taking him to this half. Well, okay. Also.
Wow. Greatest duelist.
You can. Okay. Supreme King. Game.
Wait, Supreme King Soul?
Yes,
The
it-
Supreme King's soul.
But also, this includes somebody's got the mock-ups of the card that was mentioned earlier, the new Firewall Dragon. Can you?
Also,
hello? Yeah, can you help me?
I
Hello?
appreciate you see the Performer Pals.
go.
Also, the Utopia Rising, which is like just a way to stack
So
materials on
this
another
is
Utopia.
Firewall Dragon Dark
Yeah,
Fluid
we
Neo
discussed
Tempest
this part
Terahertz.
earlier, where
Yeah.
he gets the billion. He gets all the attributes
Jesus
and all the attacks.
Christ.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the idea is that this is the Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid that beats up the Arrival Cybers.
Well, yeah, and its name is a direct reference to the attack name it uses
Yes.
in the show.
Which is apparently different in the dub, but Konami, who translates the card game, is not afraid to tell you to fuck off.
I love
As
seeing
seen
these.
with
about-
Burststream of
usually
Destruction, the
don't-
card.
Yeah, they usually don't give a shit about because Blue Eyes Dragon, it's White Lightning Attack, but that doesn't like Burst of Destruction is just like
No.
that's a cooler name.
Horribino Burststream! As my Sigurd punches a sword at somebody.
Yeah, I mean Neotempest Terahertz is he needs a lot of setup, but he is disgusting.
And guess
Also,
what?
he-
Firewall is still good in pure cyber stacks.
Also,
Yeah,
that
'cause
first line
make him to
attack,
make this.
just not once per turn, just any monster effects that happen in the battle phase, no battle phase effects.
Yeah.
So Axe has been talking about
Not
this
even an
Utopia
activation, so
Rising.
you
I will
can't even
mention
negate
as
it.
well.
No, yeah.
So-
Well, I mean, like I think it is like I think it is supposed to be it triggers, but it just negates it still.
Apologies for this side tangent. I hate access code talker.
We all do.
He's just a big bunny.
But we
I
still
mean,
play
yes,
it.
it's my necessary evil.
I mean, I don't hate access
I'm
code. He's a
actually
big
fine
bunny.
with it.
Graveyards.
He's cool.
I love it when someone's like, "I'm gonna summon all these tri brigades," and then access code talker.
Yeah, that's.
you.
I mean, that's the problem with Tri Brigade Revolt. That card needs to go, please.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
Revolt-
love
Revolt-
Tri Brigade.
No, you know
Revolt
what's
is
better
fucking
if they made
bust.
access code talkers like they give him an errata that says this card cannot attack when you use this effect.
But then he would be useless.
This card seems kind of disgusting.
We'll just go back
All
to
Utopia
Boros.
monsters are that also.
I mean,
Anyway,
I don't
number
know what Utopia
31,
combo's into.
Keeble Hope Rising. Probably.
Oh, number 31?
39, sorry.
39.
I'm not good at numbers. Math I am not good at.
Yeah, that's fine.
2 level 4 monsters. If this card is special
That-
summon, target
that's
one
why
number
Mathmech
exceeds
beats 'em up.
monster in your graveyard. Mathmech also beats me up because their fucking extra deck boss, their final boss is an asshole. This
He's a
monster
cunt.
is unaffected
Yo,
while it's in the
final
EMZ.
strike.
That's not a condition. You just special him in the EMZ. What the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah.
So if this card is special summon, target a number exceeds monster in your graveyard except Utopia Rising. Special summon in defense position, then transfer this card's materials to that monster. If you exceed summon, you can special summon this card from your graveyard but banish it when it leaves. You can only use each effective number 31 Utopia Rising once per turn. So yeah, Utopia Rising is just like, hey, you have a number in your graveyard that was really annoying for your opponent to deal with, and they finally got rid of it. What if you just made it again?
Yeah, this is literally your recovery card being like, I'm gonna recover or destroy you
And
again.
The other thing about this card that I don't like, just fucking imagine, fucking imagine the most annoying number monster, or for example, Dugares. You can Dugares again. Why not?
And then we mentioned this as well on stream earlier when we talked about Stardust Trail. Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon, which is just like, hey, you want to make Majestic? So it's got the exact same stat line as Stardoot. And then 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner, 1 plus non-tuners. If this card is Synchro Summon, special summon 1 level 2 or lower tuner from your graveyard. During your main phase, quick effect, tribute this card, special summon 1 Stardust Dragon from your extra deck, which is treated as a Synchro Summon, so his effect is live. He can return. And then immediately after that effect resolves, Synchro Summon 1 Synchro Monster using monsters you control as material. And if you do, it is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects this turn. You can only use each effective Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon once per turn.
Hey, guys! I just remembered who a number monster is. Thank God he's banned. Rongo's a number monster.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Also, wasn't hold on. Was the shock a number?
Dark Matter also was. If that's what you're looking up.
No, I'm thinking of the Shockmaster.
Shockmaster. I think he's
Is
number
a number.
16.
Yes.
Yes, number 16, Shockmaster. I'm so glad that guy's banned forever.
Never
Hey.
unlocked the shock.
Never.
Some of these monsters I know their numbers just through sheer trauma.
But yeah, this whole series is from History
Jesus.
Archive Collection, because the game is like Konami's wild with these things, basically.
Look
Let
at all
me see if I
those
can find
speed
it.
lines.
Yeah, he's
It's
excelling.
Excel.
You're Axel synchroing. You have to go even further beyond. Remember, actually, no, you guys probably don't remember.
You
Well,
have to
probably
reach
never
clear
watched
mind.
5Ds. But at one point in 5Ds, when I think is it double over Axel synchro? At one point, they fly into a black hole and then go so fast they explode out of it again.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it is double
Excel-
over Axel Synchro
That was-
is what he
that
is.
was
Like really,
double
synchro
over, but,
summoning
like-
is literally like nuclear fission,
Yeah, it's really weird and strong.
or it's at least antimatter fusion. But maybe that's Xyz. I forget.
Well, Xyz actually references I think it references antimatter stuff somewhere, at least in the TCG. But yeah, let me see what cards are all in this history collection. HC01. Not
Oh
001.
Oh my God! I just you could summon. Oh, I'm looking at all number. I'm looking at number monsters right now and just.
Yeah, it's not great. Like it's terrifying, isn't it?
So we've got
There's-
new card art
There's
for.
a lot of- I don't think this card is. I don't think this card is like broken, but this
But
card
it's
could be broken.
painful.
There's a lot of ways for this fucker to break the game.
There's a new Red Eyes Black Dragon
Great.
card art.
We needed more utopic cards to fuck up everything.
I mean, it's not even public. It's just generic number support.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
all,
so I
all
get
of
you.
these are. I mean, literally, you can see each one of these is from a different season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is all the history archive. Like it's an anniversary year. I believe it's 20 years of Yu-Gi-Oh this year.
You know what's interesting though? Well, I guess we already revealed the DM Blue Eyes cards. Is it from the same set?
Is it more like 25 actually? Because it's like it started before 2000.
I think it's the anime is 20 years.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What is that Blue Eyes Dark Magician card part of the same set?
Yeah.
Which Chronicle? I don't know. I think that's a VGent promo.
Oh, that feels like it'd be fitting in here.
Yeah,
The
because
other one's a
I
VGent
wonder
promo.
like there's one for
I
everything.
mean, I'm
but-
looking at the set, so I will see. These are all mock-ups. Obviously, you can see the person's DeviantArt handle in these images. So
Yeah, I mean, either way though, like
I have to upscale it. You know?
it's pretty good mock-ups.
Arts of fucking.
I mean, like I appreciate all the upscaling, honestly.
Okay. I don't know which one this is, but there's a new card art of Dark Magician Girl in this one. Let's see. This is where Red Eye Soul is printed. Thanks, guys. Oh right. This is where they did all those weird field spells. Remember? Like Dual Tower Alcatraz. The Battle City Tower is going to be a card.
Oh right.
Yeah.
So Omega, I have a very
Yeah, people are posting shit. There's a lot of there's all the new
more
stuff.
cards have been revealed or are being posted.
Also,
It's-
all the
Those are
Neos-
those
yeah,
though are
Neos
from
are
Power
right.
of the Elements, which is different. That is not the same thing.
Those
but
are
there's
the
Neos
Neos cards
support.
I used earlier today. Yeah.
all this shit is just neat. Oh my god.
There's a
Why-
literal
why are they
Dual
making so much
Academy
Neos?
card. Because it's Vesper, it's Power of the Elements, so therefore we must have E-Hero.
Yo, is that favorite contact? Oh, I
God
need to.
damn, this
okay.
this History Chronicle set is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
There's like here, let me pull up a card art for y'all. Return of the Reaper.
Oh boy.
Oh? Are we
From
getting more
5Ds.
Reaper of the Card stuff?
No, it's the
Oh.
Cowboy in 5Ds.
No.
Oh,
guy.
Infinity, yay.
This card is always treated as an Infernity card.
Nice.
Now Dallas will be happy.
Body
Maybe.
Utopia.
Oh right.
You
there's-
guys
Well,
go to the Barian Dimension.
pull up Fusion over. We got to look at Neos's fat cheeks.
Oh,
The
okay.
fuck was that noise?
Somebody's dying.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently no one else heard that noise.
I heard
No, we
something.
all
I don't know
heard
what
the
part it was.
noise. Just nobody's copping to it. It was probably Dallas.
It's me.
Oh, okay.
Someone is shouting in the background. Yeah.
So yeah, can I help? God, fucking paint.
Favorite contact is worded so strangely.
How so?
Especially summon one monster from your extra deck. The list, fusion monster extra deck. The list hero monster as material. By placing materials listed on from the bottom of your deck in any order from among your cards in your hand, on your field, in your graveyard, and or your face-up banished cards.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's just hey, you wanna. You told.
I mean, considering most of them
No, you
kind of
can't.
bounce themselves
Okay.
out off your field by the end of the turn, sure.
Not really.
Is that Neos versus?
I thought it was
It's a
Neos.
hero.
Interesting.
It's
Hero.
a hero,
I
not
thought it's Neos.
not a Neospatian. So you can summon anything.
So there's not a. I'm noticing there's not a like. I think it's because there's no like special card type for it, but it doesn't appear to be a. I mean, there's still a slot left. We have the first 3 cards are alternate artworks. We have a new art for Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and DMG. We have Red Eyes Soul, Dual Tower Arcatraz, Soul Energy Max. And
I
then we
also
get
do just want to
reprints.
say something real quick in response to Axe's returning to the deck. The last line of text on this card: if you play only hero Neos with this effect, the summon monster cannot be returned to the extra deck. So you
Nice.
it just doesn't return. Even if you do
That
it,
basically solves all of their problem mostly. That solves
Well,
their
and what's
innate
funny,
problem.
what that means though is you can't bounce it because it cannot be returned. So like the opponent
That's-
can't even bounce it. They have
That's
to
nice.
pop.
That means if you give them the ability to
So
not be
there's
popped,
some
oh bye.
evolution.
I
There's
think
some
there's cards that
Cyber
do that,
Dragon
too.
support.
Probably are.
There's a Bridge of Salvation. I showed the card art for Fusion
There
Over
are nice
briefly,
monsters you can link to it to protect it.
which lets you cheat. Fusion Over is a card which lets you go to make the Rainbow Dragon, because it lets you specifically pick a like level 10 monster, I think, as well.
Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Yeah, this is Soul Energy Max, which is a fucking Obelisk the Tormentor support trap. If you control an Obelisk the Tormentor whose original attribute is Divine, you contribute 2 face-up monsters except Obelisk the Tormentor. Destroy as many monsters. There are dupe cards. You can dupe the name.
Okay.
Destroy as many monsters as your opponent currently controls as possible, and if you do, inflict 4,000 damage to them. During your main or battle phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Obelisk the Tormentor from your deck or graveyard to your hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 Obelisk the Tormentor face up. You can only use each effect of Soul Energy Max once per turn.
Honestly, I enjoy these cards for just being kind of fun instead of just being good.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
but-
that's,
but
I
it-
mean, that's literally like the history collection is just, hey, you want anime memes?
Let's do it.
Like, this is...
I mean, yeah, like a lot of these effects are just like eventually non-master e-heroes will be good by the sheer volume of e-hero wank off cards they print.
Like, how many cards exist? Eventually, they
well,
shall
and
break the
also
wall.
like there's a lot of support for like we said, like the one of the fusions in Power of the Elements is like, hey, you want to make Rainbow Neo Turbos even better? Here you go. We remembered Rainbow Neos is a guy. So we included him. Like
you go.
everything we get these references. By the way, I want to talk about this card, Dual Tower Alcatraz. You know, the Battle City Tower. It's a field spell. At the start of the battle phase, activate this effect, mandatory. Each player can reveal 1 monster from their deck except a monster with question mark attack, and if they do, banish those monsters face down. The player who revealed the monster with the highest attack can special summon 1 monster from their hand, and if they do, it can attack directly. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can activate this effect. If this card is still in the field during the end phase of your next turn, destroy all cards on the field. So I believe this is aping some of the weird Battle City matches that happened in like their semifinals.
I believe that is referencing the fact that when they do the 4-man battle royale, each person shows a card in their deck as sort of like a gambit.
Yeah.
But also, this is probably what they meant to design when they made Chicken Game. I think.
Yeah.
This seems like the design intention when they made a card Chicken Game.
Even the biggest focus is
This card is good for both players.
Yeah.
but there's an ebb and flow to it where there's a give and take.
You guys are still going?
I mean, the stream has only hit 3 hours, so yeah, we're still going.
Yeah, we talked about.
We're
Apparently,
talking
they talked
about some
about
funny
Magic the
cards.
Gathering for a bit.
Well, I brought
Yeah,
up
we
that
talked-
while you were gone, Loth, I brought up that I wanted to do that as our April Fool's thing, was talk about dumb Magic cards.
Ah,
There's also a literal field spell duel academy now.
What to do now?
Hey,
This
that
card
looks
gains
familiar.
effects based on the types of monsters on the field. Warrior, Beast, Pyro. Once per turn, if you activate a trap card, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Dinosaur, Sea Serpent, Thunder. Once per turn, if you activate a spell card, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Machine, Fairy, Fiend. Once per turn, if you activate a monster effect, you can target one face-up monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack. So, guess what? One for each dorm.
Yeah.
This card is
And
not
also,
good, but it's funny.
Considering the decks they played, that makes sense.
It's funny.
It is. Wait, what was the warrior effect again?
If you activate a trap card, target one card your opponent controls, destroy it.
Where's this card in the YG organization? What is it under?
This is the... Here, let me just link you the set list that I'm pulling these from. This is the History Archive Collection, which there are a lot of premieres about, because it's coming out soon.
So
Let me drop this
we're
in.
just going over the premier cards at the moment.
Yeah, we're just fucking around.
We're
Yeah,
having
there's three
fun.
cards they
We're
have.
enjoying the game we think is dumb, but have fun with.
Well, no, I'm just catching up. How many cards did I miss out of this?
A lot.
With you. We're just fucking
A
around.
lot.
The one for 5Ds is called Ready Set Duel.
That's cute.
I mean, it does synchro things, and it involves signal counters. So when
I
this
still
card,
fucking love that. I still fucking love that YG organization's Mr. Root is just Todd Howard.
yeah, I love I mean, it's first person. It's Skyrim. Ready Set Duel. When this card resolves, here, let me show you the card art. I forgot about that. We're streaming right now. I'm not just fucking around.
Power.
So when this card resolves, if you control no other cards, add one synchron monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, during your standby phase, place one signal counter on this card. You can remove 2 signal counters from your field and send this face-up card to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards. Then send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 Ready Set Duel per turn. So Ready
know
Set Duel
exactly
gives you a
what they're
synchro card,
emulating.
and then, hey, remember that thing where you can spend speed counters to draw cards? This is like that.
Also, that's
Well,
really
yeah,
good.
no, he
also,
had a
I-
specific spell called Angel Baton.
Yes.
The weirdest thing about that is that's a card I don't think Synchron needed, but they're gonna love it anyway.
Absolutely did not, but that's not
I
the
mean,
point
yes,
of this. Yeah.
this reads 3 more copies of Junk Synchro, which I will say that the Synchro spam deck kind of needs, and also it lets you filter potentially a Doppel Warrior.
And guess
into
what?
The graveyard.
Junk, Formula, Cosmic Blazar Dragon are all reprinted in this. There's a, I don't know why it's called the Great Soul, but there's a Resonator / Red Dragon support in here.
Yeah.
A trap card. Great
Why the-
Soul.
And there's
Why
wonders.
the
and
fuck is
nature.
Daichi's attribute Sea Serpent? What the fuck?
Don't know.
I mean,
Okay, I don't think
I
I
get
missed
that Daichi
anything.
played like 7 decks and that was his gimmick, but like,
But
did he
the
even-
the
he never
one
played a Sea
most
Serpent deck.
the one most people remember is the Geddons, which is Dinosaur, I guess.
Well, no, but Dinosaur is very obviously Kenzan.
Yeah. Dino DNA.
Bag no, I don't want to know the copy pasta off the top of my head.
What copy pasta?
Well, the copy pasta of him talking about how he got the Dino DNA has become a copy pasta.
Oh,
Because of the bone in his leg,
It's
yeah.
really iconic.
yeah.
Because Yu-Gi-Oh is dumb, guys.
It has never
Yeah,
stopped being
but
dumb. It has just gone darker
I
about
enjoy
it.
that GX at least embraced the dumb.
Yeah,
Also,
no,
what-
having watched some classic GX, it's very, very entertaining just how it goes full ham. Like,
I also
Yeah.
want to say that
Like,
the trivia. The trivia for the Dual Academia card is fucking wrong because a show is no longer a show is not a, or no, Rio is not a Obelisk, but by the end of the series, it is Sho who is the machine. So it's not Zane, it's Cyrus.
yeah.
These fake fans of the anime.
But I love how, like, GX so much, and obviously the later seasons get darker, but the first run of GX embraced so hard just the dumbness. Like, there was that guy who became a caveman because he lived in the woods and he trained by drawing cards out of the waterfall.
There was the robot monkey who was
And then he
there was the fucking illegal monkey experiment.
Yes.
And then also the other big one I'm thinking of is where Seto Kaiba was completely okay with Chaz/Manjome's brothers challenging Chaz for ownership of the school because he was like, of course, one of my students would never lose, and he didn't. Also, by the way, holy once again, Chaz/Manjome is the greatest. I love fucking
the guy who took
Manjome
a contract of literally a Reaper to draw cards.
There are there's two episodes I want to talk about. One, Jinzo Dual Spirit just being a dude.
Fucking the fucking haunted house. Jinzo just comes out of the ground, man.
Two, I think it might have been the Caveman Guy, the Golden Language episode. Episode of the Caveman Guy.
Yeah, that because they were trying to draw the golden one.
He was like his solution wasn't I'm just put up on a deck. I need to draw better. This deck I'm playing sucks.
It's also the Reaper guy who was literally playing like a draw burn deck.
Yeah. I mean, there's also other weird shit like that. One time, Jaden crossed over into a different reality and fought the Gravekeepers, who were literally the Gravekeepers, but also people. But why did he fight them on Duel Academy Island? I don't know.
Wasn't there like a portal?
Yeah,
There's
you know what?
Also, the Amazonians showed up too.
Oh yeah, no. Also, and one of those ladies, chicks, by the way, she was a fucking tiger, a literal tiger. Bastion fucked a tiger.
Wait a second. I just realized something.
After that, his character arc became he was horny for the tiger.
Yes, and also like he became a madman. Also, one of those guys was a literal. She was a literal fucking vampire, complete with a Castlevania-ass black magic castle that came out of nowhere.
She tried to literally eat Zane, and then it fucked up.
Well, no, she turned him into a doll. But like,
no, she got Zane because she got
several people because she was a cheaty fuck.
Yeah. But also, I just realized Jaden got half of the amulet he needed to beat her from going to the Gravekeeper dimension. So,
also, talking about the
how?
Shadow Riders, while what's his face, Alexis's brother was possessed, he summoned Jaden to have a dragon dark game on a volcano.
The fuck?
Yeah. On the volcano on the island. By the way, we've pulled up the Zexal cards. Barry Antopia and Great Dragon
It's so
Soul.
weird how, like, in passing, GX sounds like the best thing ever, but it's not.
I mean, it's pretty good.
No,
like I said, the scenes with Manjome, which once again, I talked about this when we did that baby podcast. You should go check it out. Yeah. But like that fucking sequence where the Chaz, Manjome, goes to a different school in a submarine and has to like endure the wilderness to get all the cards he needs, and then he gives one to the guy, and then he fucking fights 4 dudes who try to fucking Marauder lock him at once. He's like, very well, get out of my way. I'll fight all of you at once. And then he shows back up at school, and they do the fucking chant. Oh, my God. It's so good.
My fate, I have to talk about Dragon Thunder level 10 because his fucking effect is the thing.
Yes, I know. I love
his
it.
His effect is the Ichiju Shaksen Manjome.
Manjome?
I love that.
Like,
yeah, it's the stupidest. Like the best part about his effect is that he has all of the effects already except for the final one.
Oh yeah. Also, they had a tennis instructor.
Something you want to do instead?
Oh Jesus, fuck Axe.
I mean, no. Axe is correct. What's your point? What's your point, salty baby man?
No, it was quite literally everyone talking at once.
Well, yeah, we're excited.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're having
nostalgia.
We're gushing about something we enjoy.
I can mention what Barry Antopia and Dragon King Smith
unlike
do.
the sets that came out in GX era, GX will do that to a person.
GX is a series that, despite its faults, is an enjoyable series. I think 5D Zale and Arc 5 and even Vrains are all still good, but their flaws do not outweigh like
from what I understand, I still haven't watched all of it. From what I understand, though, the basic structure of GX is that it is a much other than the fact that the dub literally forgot a season.
They actually completed the character arc, yeah.
But like GX has a complete story. Like it has these several arcs of build up and character returns that all seem to like lock together, and it doesn't do a shocking swerve, and it doesn't like have a weird like. Zexal's problem is with the early episodes where it's just like, hey, we're just kids having fun collecting random cards.
Yeah. The thing about Zale is that it tries to do what
kind of
GX
falls into
did.
that a little bit, but
The problem with Zeal isn't that it's bad. Is that it tried to do what GX did, but it just could not find the same groove that GX found.
Also, for most people, they remember the Zexal dub, which is apparently like very much aiming at children. Like it's really trying very hard to kid it up.
It's very bad, but what sucks though is that I remember it exists. There is a not uncut dub, but like a Funimation dub of Zale for the first episodes in the same vein of the uncut dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! Of Duel Monsters, where like first episodes have are uncut and like have the not cussing but like the grittier terms and words.
Yeah.
Apparently, also Zexal might have had a different one other than 4Kids, but then
Oh, hey.
So you actually asked about this. I didn't realize this is the Supreme King Soul, Loth. It's a trap card in this set.
Oh, what's it do?
Pay half your life points. Special
boy.
summon one Supreme King Z-Arc from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, but its effects are negated. Also, return it to the extra deck during your end phase of the next turn. When your opponent activates a spell card or effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard and one Supreme King Z-Arc you control. Special summon up to 4 monsters from your hand, deck, extra deck, and or graveyard. One each with Pendulum Dragon, Xyz Dragon, Synchro Dragon, and or Fusion Dragon in their names.
wow.
So yeah, this is basically just free Z-Arc, and if your opponent does a thing, no Z-Arc. You split him back up into 4.
I know
The thing is, you want to have one of these in the grave and one on the field to activate it to do the effect.
But
this is
it
literally
goes from
the nostalgia
it goes
base
from
set.
it's not once per turn. Actually, it goes from
that's
field to
what it's
graveyard.
going for. I mean, it's a celebration of all of Yu-Gi-Oh's animes. So like, it's
is there an
Yu-Gi-Oh! as a
official
whole.
description of this? No,
I mean,
it's still.
That's fine.
It's
I didn't
very
say that was a bad thing.
And I believe
Well,
think
it's
they're
not a bad
I think
thing,
they're
and it's very
reprints,
good.
but there's
It's-
2
it's
more
good.
unannounced
It's
reprints
going
for the Zexal era.
It's trying to grab those people who like these decks and these archetypes that played this nonsense.
Yeah. So the Vrains field spell is just called Into the Vrains.
Into the
Alright.
veins. And I know we already brought it up, but the Ready Set Duel. Did we discuss its Japanese name?
Oh
is
no,
it?
what is it? Yeah.
It's a writing. It's the same thing they say in the sub, but it's Writing Duel Acceleration, which is way better. In my
Into the reins.
Writing Duel Acceleration.
I mean, it sounds cooler in the English because it has that kind of more hype to it. Weirdly enough,
Yeah.
but
What this does is
they say a
it's
funny
free links.
word that's long and it just sounds cool in Japanese.
It's a normal spell, not a field spell. Sorry, but it's still the like nostalgia field spell or kind of thing. Special summon one monster from your hand, but its effects are negated. Then, immediately after this effect resolves, link summon using that monster you control. This link summon cannot be negated, and your opponent cannot activate cards when a monster is link summoned this way. If a link summon monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, banish this card, add one monster with the same original type as that monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can only activate 1 Into the Vrains per turn. So yeah, it's just
would you play this
free
in
link.
so would you put this in a 5-roll deck, or would you put this after you have things on board to then basically make your big combo ender without being stopped?
You would probably play this for your big boss monster who you don't want.
It
to
just
get
gets you.
negated.
It just gets you a free extra material into a link.
Oh.
I was gonna say you would probably use this to get into your Apo or your.
And then if it is
not your Boral sword,
destroyed, then you also get advantage.
Or your fireball Dark Terror hurts.
Any monster who you want to hit the field.
So I don't know much about Vrains other than that generally people do not think the enemy is the best because they run out of money at some point. But I want to shout out at least the history collection because they remember that the girl character exists. I mean, technically GX does, but like this is Angel with blue tears. So they actually remembered that chick exists and gave her a card. Target one face-up monster on the field. Its controller's opponent takes 200 damage for each card in their hand. It's a Trickstar card, by the way, guys. Then negate that monster's effects until the end of this turn. If either player takes effect damage, I believe she was both, wasn't she?
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like she was
Trickstars and Marine Cess. She played Trickstars first, and then switched to Marine Cess
What you got? The
because Cybers.
Yeah.
Probably
But
because she
if
was
either
thinking
player
that,
takes effect damage, you can banish this
it's
card
the-
from your graveyard, set one normal trap, Trickster Reincarnation, from your hand or deck, and if you set from the hand, you can activate it this turn. You can only use one of these effects per turn.
By the way, Omega, there's another Brains card up here. Look, Prisoners of Destiny.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
we talked
It's,
about
it's,
Wonders
it's, a
of
fucking,
Nature,
it's a fucking novel.
which is
Right.
our
Oh my
V
god.
card?
Fuck. What, Barth?
What is this?
Wonders of Nature.
Oh, is this
Yeah.
another Arc V
Starving
card that I
Venom
missed?
was
Fusion
another
Dragon.
one.
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah, this is an Arc 5 of that
That's
just
a
supports
reprint.
all,
Oh wow, that's actually.
Curls.
it supports all of the monsters that all of the archetypes that the Yuzu girls played, and also supports Fusion Parasite because that card happened.
Because
Wait.
Arc V is really gross at times.
Sorry, which
Please,
card is this?
Wonders of Nature. Here,
The card that Martha
I mean,
from
the art's not super impressive, but I'll pull it up on stream as well. So, Wonders of
I
Nature.
wanted-
This is an equip spell card. Special summon 1, level 4 or lower, fairy, spellcaster, winged beast, or beast warrior. So,
It is user support and anti-Yuga support.
It is
from
a
your hand,
card,
and if you
yeah.
do, equip it with this card, and then you can return all dragon monsters on the field to the hand, because all of those guys were, weak to
All
the
the
chip.
Yuga faces play dragons.
They all played
They're
dragons. That was their
dragon
thing.
monsters.
It was Pendulum Dragon, Xyz Dragon, Synchro Dragon, or Fusion Dragon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there while it was face up, in the spell trap zone, add 1 polymerization spell, 1 fusion spell, or 1 fusion parasite from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect.
Also, this
I
card
wanna know
this
what
card
Fusion
is
Parasite is.
apparently the artwork is taken straight from one of the fucking endings of the show.
That
I was
seems
gonna
to be
say,
what they're
it's like,
leaning
this
in,
card
is to
is-
openings and endings.
I will say
Yeah.
some of these cards are literally, I think, just emulating things that happened in the show. Sometimes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
so
think-
by the way,
like
the
I-
archetypes are Melodious, Lunalight, Windwitch, Lyrilisk. If you're wondering why it name checks those types.
it's
Yep.
very it sounds completely out of place, and like they sound disparate because it's the archetypes that these 4 characters played.
But
Yeah,
those
they're
4
all-
characters were the same character, kind of, and they
They-
fought
they-
they're all
Zeark, who was
they're all
also
dumb.
5 guys.
They're all cross-dimensional reincarnations of each
five.
other. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, but no, I'm pretty sure some of these are just, if
Yeah.
possibly just straight cuts.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the
From,
card.
anime stills.
We have the definition for battle royale mode adjoining here. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
it
we've got
pretty
the
much
description yet.
shows
Also, the Blizzard has
because it just shows the fusion dimension just interrupting the duels during the tournament arc. And
Royale mode.
taking 2,000 points of damage.
Let me see. Yes, we have
Does
an
it
effect.
actually do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, wait,
Activate
what?
this card by targeting 1 effect monster on the field. Let me pull up the art really quick. Hold on. While I'm...
The
So we
first
do have-
2
for Battle Royale?
times.
Yeah.
The first 2 times that target will be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. When this target is destroyed by battle, the player that destroys it gains 2,000 LP.
But it's
The
second-
turn player's
yeah,
opponent
that's
takes, if the turn player's opponent takes battle or effect damage, they can apply this effect. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand or deck, and if you do, you lose 2k life points.
Yeah, which if people have not watched Arc 5, in Arc 5, there's just a random fuck off rule in the game. Like there's just a random rule in the tournament, or that just happens like from that point on for the rest of the series. I can interrupt this duel and play and summon a monster. Doing so, I lose half my life points. Why? I don't know.
because it's like
Because battle royale, they had a lot of battle royales and multi-person duels in Arc V.
Like, the funniest shit to me is the final battle. Well, the final battle before the universe resets, where it is every main character, side character, tertiary character who is part of like the good guys, all one by one show up to get curb stomped by
all
Zark.
interrupting the duel.
because they have no way to play the gates. They have no negates whatsoever for some reason.
Professor interrupted the duel just to play a card and just got ripped by
So,
Zark.
Prisoners of Destiny,
The arc.
which is, I think that's just Decode Talker.
It is.
Secret
It
Talker
is
and
Decode
Bullet
Talker. I have
Sword.
played them many
Bullet
times.
Sword.
It's the reference of Revolver and how Revolver and Playmaker are prisoners of destiny. They are forced to fight each other.
Meh.
Unme no Shujin. It's a continuous trap. Once per chain, if a Link 4 monster is Link summoned, You can place 1 counter on this card, max 3. Then you can apply one of these effects depending on the number of those counters on this card. 1. Declare 1 card name, and for the rest of the turn, negate the activated effects and effects on the fields of cards with that original name. 2. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. 3. Send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 Link 4 monster from your extra deck. You can only activate
How
1
do you
Prisoner
get
of Destiny
4
per
Link
turn.
4? How do you get 3 Link 4s out on a turn?
Links,
not
baby.
just you.
There
Oh,
are probably ways, yeah.
but also, its counter never gets reset at any point.
Yes,
so,
it's sequential. So
yeah.
the first time a Link 4
Well,
monster is Link summoned, you
It's
declare a
also
card name
once
negate.
per chain, not once per turn. So I'm remembering the master duel that whatever his name is, Playmaker and Revolver.
Yeah.
I remember Playmaker doing a bunch like him and Revolver do hyper bullshit cyber link climbing and nonsense.
Yeah, because that's how. I mean, I will say, what I remember from what people have said is Vrains is a lot closer to the real card game in terms of the way the duels work.
Yeah, because there's an entire Sun Avalon player who wants to just make a full co-linked board, and he actually
Well, he does it.
They call
That
it
happens
full
several times. They
modo.
talk about the extra link, right? Like,
Yeah.
there are some the game is set up. It's a lot more realistic, but the game is set up to do even more idiotic, like long play shit, like solitaire stuff. Also, they have judgment arrows, which is just busted. Thank God that is
and,
not printed in this, by the way.
I'm
They also
reminded,
play the gates.
The reason I do not like Sun Avalon is because of the anime. I'll be honest, because the character who plays Sun Avalon,
Is insane.
I don't like him. And 2, when he plays the deck, it is not a deck designed for the anime. It is boring as fuck to watch.
Because he's playing an
and then
actual
we know
competitive,
the
like,
we know
kind of
the
deck,
we
yeah.
know the
It's not
reprints. in
competitive
this
at all.
set
It's
for,
like
Sun
it's a
Avalon is
fine deck.
bad.
It's just that in the anime, it's not interesting to watch him do his link climb.
yeah, I've made Sun Avalon in like EDO Pro and stuff. It's not that impressive. It's
I
just
made
it's
Sun
baby's first link climb.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
made a Sun Avalon Rome Mage deck.
By the way, we know the reprints for the Vrain section. It's access code Link Karibo, Ignister AI Land, and Light Stage.
Ah.
That's not bad.
So real quick
So we're
though,
missing
something to point out on Prisoners of
reprints.
Destiny, I pointed it out too, kind of under Omega's talking. Declare 1 card name and then negate the effects of that card, basically.
Yeah.
That's one hell of a way to get around can't target.
Yes,
Yeah.
negate the activated effects and the effects on field. It's pretty spicy.
That's pretty good, actually.
I mean, it says once per chain, so like your opponent summons a Link 4. You could just be like, cool.
Now die.
Yeah.
Well, the once
you
per
summon
chain,
your own, or you
the-
summon your own Link 4 and
the once per chain seems weird. Like it's designed for
It's
very
because the
specific
count. It's
shenanigans.
it's because the counter is placed. They're saying specifically once per chain. If a Link 4 monster is Link summoned, place 1 counter, and then apply. Then you can apply
wait.
one of these effects depending on the number of counters. So you
Wait
don't
a second. That's
have to
not
do
till
the
end
one.
of turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. By the way, that's what I was about to say. You will always want to apply the 1 counter card, the 1 counter effect.
You might even play that shitty card that scrubs counters just to apply it again.
Well, remember, they're all optional. You can apply one of these effects depending on the number of counters.
Oh.
Well, but what David is trying to say is once there are 3 counters, you can no longer put more counters on the card to activate
Yes.
its effect.
But I mean, at that point, then you've had
At
the
that
game
point,
already.
3 fucking
Three
linked
times.
4s have been summoned.
At that point, you probably are winning.
Also,
probably-
you can only
probably
activate once per
accurately-
turn, but and I assume this is why once per chain, so you can't get multiple on board and then chain them to each other.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's designed for specific shenanigans, but the once per chain is just so you can't do bullshit.
Yeah, all of these are for dumb
dumb
anime
setup.
stuff, and that's why like all of the reprints that are in these are for like classic shit, like
Starving Venom Fusion Dragon.
yeah,
I'm
for
pretty sure all
instance,
Dimension Dragons are in this set.
The Zexal reprints are Number F-Zero Utopic Draco Future, And then also Chaos Exceeds, Bury in Hope, and Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon again.
Is the seventh one has to be in this set, right? Tell me the seventh one is definitely in this set, correct?
Seventh one? Doesn't
The seventh
look like
one.
it.
It's the rank up spell card that if you top
At
that,
least it isn't
you go
currently.
first.
No, no, it would not be. It's not in the set number. There's only I think like 8 cards per, so it's there's 4 new ones and then 3 reprints.
The seventh one definitely seems like it belongs in this set, but I guess it's more just direct pandering and not like just general cards.
Also, maybe let me see. Can you? No. Okay. I was just
Also,
looking at
is
the other
Supreme
effect we haven't
King
talked about.
Dragon Darkworm new or is
No,
it-
that's a reprint.
No,
That's the good boy. There are 2 more Arc V reprints we don't know. I'm gonna assume they're probably gonna be like Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon again, and maybe like Dark Rebellion or something.
I would
It's Astrograph again.
assume. I would kind of tend to assume it's probably those as well.
Or it might be
Maybe
the donut.
Crystal. I was gonna say
They
maybe
have a card that
Crystal
mentions
Wing.
that.
Maybe if they think that needs a reprint.
Or what if it's Smile Multiverse?
God damn it!
Or Smile multi-dimensional.
Look, we just
And
got the Smile Potion. I don't think we need anything else.
There's
what about what was
one
it?
more.
Purple 5 color
I
magician.
wonder what.
5
I wonder
rainbow.
what GX era reprint there's gonna be, because we have Chimeritic Overdragon, Rainbow Dragon, and that's it. And Honest Neos.
Probably. Oh, I was gonna say probably a Neos of some
So,
description.
no, they're reprinting Honest Neos, Chimeritic Overdragon, and Rainbow Dragon. So, and the cards, the new cards are Duel Academy, Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, Evolution Result Bust, which I don't think we've actually pulled those up. Let me pull up the other 2 GX cards so you can see them, y'all.
Fucking scale 12. Oh my god.
Bye, Dallas.
Because
Oh yeah, Wake Up. Okay, yeah, no,
Steel
I've
12,
seen Wake Up.
Read his effects though; it's awful.
They did
I
it
read
in the anime just to do the whole bullshit chase after action cards for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, Bridge of Salvation. What is that? Is that the...
Zero set
Rainbow
card.
Dragon.
Almost they control cannot actually have.
oh, is it, what is it referencing? There's no trivia for
Yeah, I'm
this. I
trying
don't
to
remember.
figure out what it's
um,
referencing.
I think that's
Rainbow...
something to do with Ubel, probably.
I think that's the first time that Rainbow Dragon gets pulled out. I think is what they're
So
referencing there.
evolution result burst is you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, except with spell effects, also add 1 Overload Fusion from your deck to your hand. Also, the maximum number of attacks per battle phase this turn of any fusion monster you summon using 6 or more materials with Overload Fusion is equal to the number of materials used for its summon. So it's not just attacks on monsters. You can only activate 1 evolution result burst per turn. So this is just, yo, Chimeritic Overdragon OTK.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I saw earlier today someone somehow fusing like 60 cards into a humongous Chimera Tech. Unfortunately, I'm sure it was a setup.
Well, yeah,
But
he prepped the deck.
he got magic
and then
cylinders.
Bridge of Salvation says if there are 2 or more different types among level 10 or higher monsters on the field, shuffle all cards in both players' hands, fields, and graveyards to the deck except this card. Then each player draws 5 cards. So basically, it's like, hey, if you've got 2 big bungus bosses, just reset everything. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Crystal Beast monster, and 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per duel. That's good, by the way. You cannot loop this Fiber Jar style on Bridge of Salvation.
Yeah, that is good. Wait, does it shuffle your graveyard?
Yes, it is a Fiber
Actually,
Jar. It's everything
yeah,
but your
I was
beta
gonna
zone.
say you might be able to if you don't send it back for the setup.
Bridge. Yeah, I think Bridge
This
of
is where
Salvation
Red Eye's
might
Soul
be
comes in.
the-
This card becomes Red Eye's Black Dragon when his face-up card is on the field or in the graveyard. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can send this card from your hand or field. Special
Wait, was it
Red
level
Eye's monster
10
from your deck or
exact?
hand except Red Eye's Soul. You can only use the effect of Red Eye's Soul once per turn. Quick effect: target 1 Red Eye's Black Dragon. And your monster's
We
on
should
inflict
probably
damage to
stop,
your
guys. We should probably stop.
It's late. It's like 2 a.m. I want to go boot up Cyberpunk next gen patch. I'm gonna do that for the rest of the night. The reason why I'm talking a mile a minute, even though it's been almost 4 hours, is because I had a whole thing of coffee and hot chocolate, so I didn't die for 2 hours.
I've had 2 caffeine candies, so I don't know.
This has been great. I'm sorry that we got kind of off top. Well, no, this is very Valentine's. This is just us talking about our favorite Yu-Gi-Oh.
We're just having fun.
Because
it's also Singles Awareness Day, and how do we avoid that? By having fun for hobbies.
Yeah, so we talked about Live Twin and Dragon Maid, both of which are pretty fun, and like we said, their art is pretty good. We got to talk about some other
whole
funny
fucking
stuff.
set of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Well, true. We did talk about a whole set, but that's because it's a baby set. It's a little promo set.
Yeah, they were cool.
But it's cool. I wonder what ungodly abomination the TCG will assemble to import this.
Omega, would this set count as? Would this count as a card bank set?
Well, no, because we go by TCG rules. So, like I said, we'll see whatever abomination the TCG constructs to give us this.
Yeah.
I don't think this is Ghost from the Past 2. I don't think it is.
I don't know. They'll probably be like, anniversary set or something.
Well, they'll probably do like they did last year and do the equivalent. That was basically where King's Court came from. King's Court was they did the Prismatic God box, which was a weird side promo set for God card support and other stuff. And they just turned that into a nostalgia set with other shit in it, and also a Lightning Storm reprint, so you bought it.
Yep.
And I got my Lightning Storm out of that booster box, so it's cool.
Nice. So I'm trying to shop some stuff to do with this Bridge of Salvation in Nibiru, but that's not quite coming together.
Oh yeah.
Well, if
what
we're gonna
level
call
is
it
the
here,
token?
Yeah.
His token is level 11.
Damn,
Yeah, well, bye.
so close.
But they're both rock.
Anyway, we're wrapping up. I've cleared everything off the board. Thank you so much for tuning in and putting up with us. Thanks for coming, guys. As usual, make sure to do your usual shout-outs. Consider supporting us on Patreon, dropping your super thanks or your super chats, to make this whole stuff viable as well. No, we're not going to... literally, no. There's 5 million card games. No. The Magic thing is literally just for April Fools and then literally never again for a year. There's so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards to look at.
Yeah.
I am not here to look at
over
other
30 of things in the
anime
list,
art.
and
I
mean,
might
you
look
could
at
go the other
I
direction with the April
might
Fools
look
and-
at Legend of the Five Rings card art because the old Legend of the Five Rings card art is hilariously bad, like the old stuff, and the new stuff is actually like they have good artists for the living card game. But anyway, that's a personal thing. That's a personal thing for me because I control the horizontal and the vertical. Like right now, as I hit the end stream button, I say goodbye. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Watch Prague or else.
Please
Give him
watch
your
our